And here it is, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for watching. This is Justin Leeper, the director, writer, and designer of SmackDown vs. Raw Road to WrestleMania mode for 2009, 2010, 2011. And we're starting off this director's commentary series with the very first game, 2009. And we're starting with the very first story that I wrote, which was Chris Jericho's Road to WrestleMania. It was actually going to be a Bobby Lashley Road to WrestleMania from the beginning because WWE was pushing him. They were still pretty high on their version of ECW at the time. But then we got word that Chris Jericho was coming back, so they asked me, do you want to make him a story? And I said, yes, definitely. So we wrote this. And as you see there, a WWE packaged video package kind of bleeds into some cutscene gameplay and cutscene images, and that was kind of something that I tried to do. It wasn't perfect, but we at least kind of gave the illusion of going from live action to in-game. This was written by me. It was actually written and recorded after most of our other stuff because we realized, hey, wait a minute, we need an introduction. So we came up with this. We motion captured it on a day when Brian Williams was motion capturing gameplay moves, which he does every year for quite a bit of time. And yeah, so we have these kind of intros for everyone. And I was trained by the great Eddie Sharkey, who trained the Road Warriors, trained Jesse Ventura, trained Rick Rude, trained Bob Backlund, Demolition Smash, Sean Waltman, just a ton of guys. And in my class, guys who came a little bit, whoa, that was a fast victory. Guys who came just weeks or months after me were Austin Aries, my good friend since second grade, and Sean Daivari, who of course had time in WWE. Alright, that's our first victory. Good start. Jeff Hardy not looking too happy. He shouldn't be. He got beat really quickly. And here's Shane O'Mac.
We now have our 4 competitors for next week's #1 contender, Fatal.
Glad he's not in here taking bumps. Glad he's only an authority figure.
The others are...
So there's that kind of matrixy code harkening back to when Y2J first came in WWE. I think when he made this comeback too, he was using something like that about being the savior. So I thought we'd kind of play off of that.
Hey, Junior.
What do you want, Jericho?
Maybe world peace, the jetpack? But why don't you start?
So stuff like that jetpack line, I tried to make it kind of Joss Whedon-esque. You know what he did with the Marvel Universe dialogue. It's irreverent, but also still some tough talk, and that seemed to be kind of Jericho-esque.
I'm not telling you.
Looking quite tall next to Finley, though.
Okay, my mistake.
Ha ha ha. I love that little laugh that he does. I don't even know if we scripted that for him or if that was just something he thought would work. Alright, here, we'll tap him out here now. You better start flapping your gums there, Finley.
Flap your lips. No. Okay.
There we go.
I give up. I'll talk. Okay, listen, Chris. Don't shoot the...
Finley doing a good job here on voiceover of seeming vulnerable for such a tough guy. It's definitely not in character, but makes sense in this.
To play a DVD after your match.
And playing a DVD is very 2009.
The video?
No, I swear.
See Finley's head almost hitting the side of that
My eye on you.
corner there that's there. When we were making this scene, we didn't really know the dimensions of the locker room. So it's, you can move the models around a little bit, but you still have to have it make sense. And you can see in that Shane O'Mac jersey there, that's that character model, crowd model is based on Corey Ledesma, the creative director at the time, and during my entire tenure. So he was the guy that kind of worked with me on crafting the first Road to WrestleMania. So there we go. We beat Finley, and we won the 10 pounds of gold. So happy to have that in some capacity.
Heading to the Royal Rumble.
HBK resilient. Not Brazilian, resilient. But he eats yet one more. I'm not even going to drag him. He's not going to get rope break. Spank my butt, ref. Spank my butt, ref. Spank it 3 times, I don't care.
That's the match.
And there is the win. And we are going into Royal Rumble on a huge roll of momentum, a huge wave of momentum. Jericho feeling great, as well he should. Yeah, get up on top there. Let him know. Let him see the underarms. Let him smell the degree. And like that, somebody comes and ruins Jericho's celebration. Seemed to make sense to me. St. Louis is the home of my good friend Bill Shields, who's a mentor of sorts and a former pro wrestler himself. And Bill loved playing Harvest Moon. He loved it so much he went and bought himself a farm. And then he learned that chickens could not swim. So all 9 of his chickens died during the flood. But love you, Bill. Here's another one of these. You get a nice little king smirk there on his model, in his weird sweatsuit with the bedazzled crown.
John Cena is an imposing roadblock in his path.
All right, let's pin. Let's win this championship. 1, 2. No, Cena again. Now I'm not very happy with that, ref. Oh. Hey, who's this guy? Who are you? Leave me alone. Hey, whoa, what you doing there, man? Nope. Leave Cena alone. Whoa, the float over.
Well,
hey, he attacks Cena to cost me the darn title. Now stop this malarkey. Chunk. With the big lead pipe.
a horrible end to an otherwise great broadcast. The nerve of that masked assailant.
And the masked man is related to all this crazy code. Championship dreams have been shut down thanks to that mysterious guy, or they wanted it to be a big deal. I'm kind of happy that now we treat females as wrestlers, where we have great talent like Asuka and Bayley. Oh, a suspect list. Okay, well that's interesting.
These are my top suspects.
All right, we have. Oh wow, I do not remember this very much. That's kind of a cool thing. Of course, there's your black box with white text, which I had after this kind of banned Ukes from doing. Let's go. Well, no, we're in Green Bay. Let's go with Mr. Kennedy.
Get out of the way. I'm late, and I have a match tonight against you. Yeah, so? I'm from Green Bay, genius. It's cold there.
Well, I think things are heating up around here. See you in the ring.
41 days of WrestleMania, folks. Hope you bought your tickets. Let's ask Shane. Shane's being kind of a punk to us, which is not surprising. But let's see what he has to say when interrogated.
I want to know why I shouldn't consider you my prime suspect as the masked man.
That's pretty gutsy to accuse a McMahon like that. Of course,
I'm going to say this slowly.
that office looks a lot like the Vince
here
McMahon.
To help you.
Again, we reuse a lot of that stuff when we
I
can.
was as surprised as you were when that code junk played. Now don't even question me again, or the next code you'll see will be you're fired.
Okay, so we crossed him off. Not just once, we double-crossed him off. So, Jeff Hardy looks a little thuggish in that image. So let's see what Jeff Hardy has to say.
How are you feeling, man?
I'd feel a lot better if you told me where you were during my title match at the Royal Rumble.
I was watching the match on a monitor. Cheering for you, by the way. You don't think I had something to do with this, do you?
At this point, everyone from the president to your grandmother are suspects.
Oh, don't bring grandmothers in
Know any
this.
better? I think you were conducting your own investigation. No, that can't be it. You must just be exchanging good luck wishes with your opponent, who you're facing tonight.
Now, look it. I mean, Jeff Hardy he's being kind of friendliest, the closest thing we have to an ally, really. One of my favorite things from Jericho ever was that man of 1,004 holds. Wow, that was cool. I thought he was almost gonna reverse run on me. Oop. Where, Dean Malenko in WCW was known as the man of 1,000 holds, and Jericho wanted to not just one-up him, but four-up him, and say he was the man of 1,004 holds. Was that right? Or was he the man of 1,001 holds?
The unmitigated gall of that masked man just standing there.
To keep us from interacting with the masked man at this point, you cannot leave the ring. Now, I did a wrestling-based play in LA, actually 1 year after I quit my job at THQ. And I had quit my job at THQ, and I had the next summer gone to WWE and actually interviewed for a position on creative. They flew me out to New York from LA to interview with Stephanie, interview with Triple H. And when I didn't get that job, I got cast in a wrestling play in LA. And boy, where am I going with this? Okay, well, we're to a cutscene.
He's hot on the masked man's heels.
If I know one thing, it's not him. It isn't Jeff Hardy. Look at that, we got an old school Jericho model. Nice, from back in the day. Look at him looking like the Lionheart himself. Let's get rid of Sean, because Sean has got 2%. So let's just get him off the table now with this.
Chris Jericho, this is a pleasant surprise, I guess. I'm supposed to have an interview with...
Where were you during my championship match?
Getting ready for the Royal Rumble match. Maybe you heard. It lasted 42 minutes before the Undertaker eliminated me. I'm not too happy about that.
Sounds like you had time to get ready to screw me over before your number was called.
Listen. I'm the kind of guy who, if I want something, you know it when I'm in your face.
Yeah, Sean's being a reasonable guy here, I think.
You'll get out of my face.
I'm just trying to find out the truth.
The truth shall set you free, Mr. Jericho.
You been wearing any costumes lately? Anything with a mask to cover up that face, maybe?
I don't like Halloween. Listen, Jericho, I had nothing to do with that.
Again, Finley very intimidated.
I've stayed as far away from you as possible.
If I find out you're lying...
I'll turn in my shillelagh, but you won't. I'm totally innocent.
Let's get serious.
Man. I should go and tell...
Don't talk. Listen. The masked man wears camo, and I know all about your military past, Randy.
He does have a military
and
past.
You'll take any shortcut to become WWE.
He has been known to take any shortcut.
Shane already cleared me of any suspicion. I am clean. You've got nothing on me.
Jericho, I've got some good news for you. My people have zeroed in on someone without an alibi. Sounds suspicious to me. Go meet him in the ring now. Oh, and you're welcome.
He's kind of choking up a little high on that lead pipe.
The only thing facing Umaga
So it's pretty obvious that Shane is still messing with us. Throwing Umaga in there. You know, I always say nobody cares as much about you as you do. So Shane doesn't seem to really be taking this all that seriously. And that was a serious DDT by Umaga. Is he going for my move? He's going for my move?
There might not be any way out of it.
Give me a break. Now, like I said, Ken's my buddy. Okay, I'm calling out Ken. We may go back to this, or we may not, but let's see what happens when we call out Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy.
For weeks now, someone has been trying to get under my skin like a rash. First with code, then with sneak attacks. Kennedy, I found the masked man's mask in your bag.
That's true.
You cost me the WWE Championship.
And sorry for the annoying whistling of somebody outside.
If you think I'm gonna sit down for that, you better get that swelled head of yours checked. Get out here!
Calling him out like a man. Throwing down the mic like a man. So you see Ken coming from about halfway up the walkway, the entrance ramp. And that's because in House of Moves, we only have that much space. We can't really show them way at the top of the stage coming down. There's just not that much room. So we got a signature move stored, so both people are amped up. So we'll nail him with that code breaker. Getting him up again.
Is clearly a personal attack on Jericho. Well, if Kennedy isn't the masked man, he's not making.
How do you like it? I know how to grab your kick too, Kicky.
And there's the flying forearm.
Big leg drop.
Extension on that leg drop. I've got it, JR.
When you're doing a leg drop, folks, it's not good to put your hands down. Because if you put your hands down, you risk hurting your wrists.
Somebody get in there and stop these two.
Invalid selection. Oh, back of the head. Shane can keep me from competing, but he can't keep me out of the ring. I'm going out in the championship match. Randy Orton's not getting my title shot.
Is that what on earth is Chris Jericho doing out here? He must want his revenge on Orton. Coming after him.
So we're really taking advantage of the entering the ring from the crowd mechanic in this game. You can see in the right corner there, upper right, that Orton's already got quite a bit of damage on him. Now, I'm not too happy with how I started that as if it was a normal match, and then all of a sudden Jericho comes in like there's no passage of time to show why Orton would be that hurt. But now I'm just beating the crap out of Orton.
Jericho just got the WWE champion disqualified. He may have made an enemy in Cena, and that's not someone you want mad at you.
We got some guy running around in camouflage. But this isn't the desert or the jungle. We can see you. But he didn't mess with my match last week. No, that was you, Chris Jericho. I want you out here right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, I see most of these guys' points.
You're so vain, Cena. What I did last week didn't involve you.
So we show him being up on the entrance ramp there. You know, we can have that. We can position that model where that is, so we don't have to worry about the distance between the ring and the entryway there.
You like getting involved in my business. Well, if you want some, come get some.
Make sure he's, yeah. You see the bottom of Cena's shoes. That's kind of cool. There's something in Edge's story that's kind of funny about modeling the weird parts of. Hey! Oh, there it comes in. Look, they're calling the DQ before he even attacks. I'll show him. Just a pain in my butt is this masked man. Yes. Can't bust you open when you're wearing a mask, but I bet you that hurt. There we go. Look at it, showing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not really pinning him, love, because this masked man is he jumped into my match.
I'm gonna take a tab.
Enjoy your tub. That's a new word. Yeah. Tub is what my mom used to call it. Of course, most people call it a bath. Oh, here in Japan, the entire room with the bath in it is kind of like for bathing. The whole room gets wet. It's called a ofuro. So now there's 2 masked men on this path. But Cena's not going to let me get destroyed by these 2. But he's also not going to hit them with the pipe because he's that good of a good guy. Uh-oh, look behind you. As opposed to King and all his puppies talk. Oh, now the masked man is in the ring.
I'm done hiding from you, Jericho. I'll whip you in front of everybody.
Is that Jesse Ventura? That sure sounds like Jesse Ventura, who's also trained by Eddie Sharkey, the guy who trained me. Oh. Oof. Now see, as I said again, I was not actually the director on 2009's cutscenes. So that shot right to the face, that's not something they do in programming, so I'm not, I don't really like that. And it's Ken and Orton. Double masked man action here.
Finish the job.
Now something interesting is that Ukes had to make separate models. They had to make a model of them in their mask and a model of them without their mask. And you kind of off camera need to switch one model to the other. So you, of course, can't really show them. Big bump by whoever's playing Kennedy right there. I think this is when WWE would bring their own guys in to do some of this stuff. Yeah. How you feeling now? How you feeling now, Kenny? That's what you get for making me almost pee myself when we wrestled. Thanks, John. Might be a little early to pin, but might as well try. Yeah, totally. Because the main event tag match would go a minute 20 or so. So I wanted to have kind of a recap of the storyline, and again with the stills. Would have been neat to have video, but that's fine.
The title match was interrupted by a masked man. Jericho went on a mission to find out the identity of the assailant.
Of course, I had to do one of these for the if you pick Randy Orton as well.
But Jericho was only half right, as there were two masked men.
I don't think these are actually stills from the cutscenes either. I think these were things that Ukes posed themselves, probably with a little bit of my suggestion.
Bro, I thought we were done with that masked stuff, man.
You don't notice that guy's about 6 inches shorter than Orton? Now the funny thing there too is you can see that the guy was positioning Kennedy where the pad was. You know, we had a nice pad to suplex on instead of a hard floor. I feel like these guys are hurting up, but I don't think they're going down without eating a finisher. Alright. Oh, Cena's got him up. Perfect timing. Come on. Come on, ref. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I like that finish. And there we go. A victorious Chris Jericho. Those guys with all their scheming didn't help. Because I am champion, my friends. Oh, looks like they're conversing, ready for one last ditch effort. Nope, and out you go. Bye-bye. Very delayed fall by Kennedy. I wonder if that was when Big Zeke was playing Ken. Ooh, there's some weird textures out there. That might be because of the somebody was telling me the PS3 is just not handling this as well as the 360, and as I've maybe said, the 360 is the lead SKU. All right, so we have the masked man.
I think this guy is the masked man, and I'm gonna call him out.
And of course, we are going to select Mr. Randy Orton this time. And I believe this was canonical, the one that most people thought was the ending. And if somebody came to them saying there were two masked men, they would call them a liar.
You thought Shane would bail you out? You thought your old army pants still fit? You cost me the WWE Championship and somehow got your own title shot tonight. If you think I'm gonna sit down for that, you better get that.
And really, Jericho's giving a wonderful voiceover performance here. I couldn't be happier with the way he delivered all of these lines.
It's the Masked Man, or should I say, Randy Orton. I'm still not sure who it is.
And he's coming out pretty standard issue. This is kind of surprising that he's just going to come out when called out. Of course, we don't know if that's Orton or not. And to kind of go into what this storyline is about, why I want to do a Masked Man storyline, you know, it hasn't been done too much in modern times at this time with, you know, I remember growing up, NWA did it a lot with the Midnight Rider, who ended up being Dusty Rhodes, which was very obvious. The Black Scorpion ended up being Ric Flair going after Sting, which was pretty obvious. Then there was in WCW a guy called the Yellow Dog, and I believe it was either Pillman or Tom Zink who got, like, you know, suspended or fired and then came back as this Yellow Dog character under a mask. And then the ski mask, which I'm going to take off right here, hopefully. That HUD is really weird. I'm not really sure how that worked. And suddenly we're back in the ring. And that's a bad-looking punch.
Stop the fighting right now.
Yeah, okay, so this scene, this is like the one action-ish scene that I was not present for in motion capture. So, I'm not really happy with how this turned out. I was a little upset with it, actually, honestly, when I saw it. Because when these two big guys take Jericho down, it looks like, look at how Snitsky kind of ends up on his back. It's just really not good. He's tapping him. Oh, now here you'll get to hear me in my voiceover debut.
We need some help in here. Cena's hurt.
That was me as the ref.
This is me.
And that's Chunko peeking in. Alright, this time Jericho makes the save on Cena. I think it was in lieu of all this dust that just fell out of that garbage can. Which, it's weird that it's not more, that it's just dust in there. However, interesting bit of trivia, in Japan they call a garbage can a dust box or a dust bin. And there goes the mask, and there's the model without the mask. Huh?
I'm not sure I saw.
So I had THQ throw that little pause as if somebody in the production booth kind of ran it back and posted it up. And there he is, the Masked Man. Look at him, just looking so smug. We've had your number the whole time, dude.
That Joker Jericho exposed me a little earlier than I planned. I guess he's smarter than I thought.
Thanks for the
That's
props.
Not saying much. The goal behind this all was to become WWE champion. If the champ was any kind of competitor, he would come out right now and face me for the WWE championship.
Calling out Cena, not me.
Damn well, Cena was injured last week. In fact, Orton did it himself.
Now, I personally love the looking at
waiting,
the fake
Cena.
watch move.
Am
I
I
do
gonna
that all the
come
time,
back
so
there
that
and
was
give you
definitely
another
something that I
spanking?
maybe even had written into the script for the motion capture actor to do. Is I love checking the fake watch. I never wear a watch. And Cena in the hat only, but looking a little,
Hold on a minute,
he's
John.
selling a little bit.
You're a little beat up, but you seem ready to fight. Okay. You will defend the WWE Championship tonight against Randy Orton. It should make for
Now,
a
shouldn't
great
Shane be
match.
trying to protect? And it's a call.
So I heard, Cena. You don't seem in any kind of shape to defend your championship tonight.
I can barely tie my shoes, to be honest with you. I don't want to point fingers, so I'll just ask. Will you be at ringside for the match?
Maybe I do owe you. I'll be there.
Just call my name, Cena. I'll be there. This is something we motion captured for this story, so we get to see Cena painfully coming out and Chris Jericho kind of trying to help him out. This does not look good. Come on, John. Hit him, get him. Ah. Oh. I mean, at this point, Cena's kind of just a sacrificial lamb, isn't he? All right, stopped him from hitting the RKO there, so that's good. Oh. No, get in.
This could be a pinfall.
Ah, go in.
Three. That's it. That's all she wrote.
For the title also, and as he said, getting the title was his whole motivation for doing the Masked Man thing, even though I didn't have the title at the time, but now he does. And you see we've got five. We've got 5 masked men. And I just thought that would be neat. It's kind of like, you know, like Orton paid off a bunch of other maybe enhancement talent or something to take out Jericho here. Of course, they're wrestling each other as well. Now, you kind of kept these guys pretty low on the AI. I believe they gave them some kind of generic moveset that was not tied to any specific wrestler. Alright, let's get him out and move on to WrestleMania. Oh, nice bump. A happy Chris Jericho. A happy me. Are you happy?
Speak of the devil, JR.
Oh.
Here he comes.
So this is motion captured. I think that we leaned a little too heavily on their poses in the motion capture this year. Of course, it was my first year, and I was not actually directing these cutscenes in the studio.
Not ever. You may have beaten a bunch of masked scrubs, but I'm the real thing. And at WrestleMania, there's no way in hell you're leaving with the WWE Championship.
Orton seemed a little too frightened there. But that's to set him up for the dropping of the masks.
The games are over this weekend as these two meet.
Thought that would be kind of, again, I'm just trying to think of kind of fun things. Dropping masks on him is unexpected, but it makes sense.
Press into the ground.
It is quite the hematoma.
We all know what's coming next.
Now, his legs are not actually hurt, but hopefully maybe the blood loss will cause him to tap out anyway. Give up. Oh, and he does. Voiceover soundbite, so it doesn't sound like JR is disappointed that the match is over, that Jericho won. Not really happy with the animation of the belt and the hands there. I hear that was pretty difficult to maneuver. We did actually have... That's a low drop kick. But a nice backdrop to the outside. That was definitely done by the Performance Center guys. I think this time we had, was it Heath Slater and Sheamus, Ted DiBiase Jr. I think all those guys came out. You were a kid and now you're an adult, so you feel a little bit different about it. But, you know, I think the Undertaker himself is pretty timeless. So, and you can see from this WWE produced video package that really captures him and the mystique of the Undertaker. And, you know, that's what I went for as well, even though it maybe gets a little hokey later on. I won't say too much yet in case you've never seen this storyline. But you see him doing big things to big guys. There was Mark Henry there. There was Festus. Was that Festus? Yeah. Remember those guys? The edge heads, looking like twins. Was that Hawkins and Ryder? All right, and then we transition into in-game. Of course, that's not Undertaker talking. I was told when I was making the story that Undertaker did not want to do voiceover.
What a kick that was. 4.
Oof. Oh, that was automatic, me just throwing him in there. That's kind of cool. The step over the top is something actually I, as a pro wrestler, was able to do myself. Even though I'm barely 6 feet tall, I'm very flexible, so I could step over. Nice thing about the tombstone is, besides it, I had originally signed. Well, let's watch this cutscene
first. You sure took a beating last week. You all right?
Oh, I'm just agreeing.
Don't drop this WWE branded water. Come on.
Undertaker does the same thing to you tonight.
I doubt it. I got the dead man's number.
I bet you won't last as long as I did against him.
Yeah, keep walking, Undertaker. I'll be seeing you later.
Good reactions by all three of the actors. Let's see if we can put him away here. But everybody definitely did have their own little characteristics, especially when you get in those kind of the kip up of HBK or the lock pick thing that lets you break out of submission holds immediately. So again, this is just a normal kind of exhibition match, win cutscene animation, so it doesn't change anything as far as what my resources were. Alright, and we unlocked Hornswoggle as a non-playable manager. Quite a lot of humanity inside that ring. Man, he's large.
Oh, what a vicious jab with the right.
My buddy Davari was his manager for a long time, but I never really did talk to Sean about what it was like to work with him so much. Alright, okay, so I can do the, what's this called, the Demon's Gate? Oh, and a run-in by Santino.
Whether you like it or not, there's the match right there.
That little gnat. G-N-A-T. Not to be confused with, like, Natty Neidhart.
Two guys aren't enough to take out the Phenom.
There you go.
He's a great colleague.
Big man over the top. Not a good idea. Santino does a lot of dumb things. Some good hooks, uppercuts to the ribs. And a nice no-sell there.
That just got the Undertaker mad.
Oh, but you can't no-sell that.
The numbers game is finally caught up with the Phenom. We need some officials out here.
So unbelievably, those two laid out Undertaker, whose hair looks like a pre-patched WWE 2K20 female wrestler model.
We are sick and tired of being pushed around on SmackDown. How are we supposed to get ahead in the WWE with freaks of nature like The Undertaker bulldozing everyone?
No, he makes a good point.
But we're not worried. We aren't intimidated. We know the Undertaker's WrestleMania
See, that's the angry
streak
Finley
plan.
that everybody likes.
The man is coming.
You're old news, Undertaker. We're the new school. But it's not all bad. The man has a present for you, dead man.
So the man. This is another kind of who is it sort of storyline. A little bit like the Jericho one.
Be careful what you wish for.
But Taker's not playing. And he gets speared by Edge. So let's see what the Booker Man has in store for us. And the Booker Man is not Booker T, and he's not the man. He's just the guy who books our matches. Didn't Brian Pillman in WCW called Kevin Sullivan Booker Man live on TV once when Kevin Sullivan was actually doing some booking there. That was kind of part of Brian Pillman's unpredictable gimmick that he carried on for the rest of his career. It's a one-on tag, so I'm not even going to have to take them both on one at a time. Alright, here's a special entrance for New School. And they're packing the urn. Very close-up shot of Undertaker, not looking very impressed, but a little curious.
It must be the present from the man. It's beautiful.
It is rather shiny. They shined it up real nice. I wonder if they're going to turn it sideways and stick it up. Oh, never mind. So they are definitely plotting some stuff.
Here comes the body splash.
Big splash. I took a big splash like that in my very first match trained, and I bumped so hard I hit the back of my head on the turnbuckle pole behind, and that did not feel good.
He could get the pin right here.
That's a simple move, but if you... Whoa! Big kick out. That kick out reminds me of when I was wrestling Sean Daivari. It was actually me and Austin Aries against Sean Daivari and Big Daddy Hook for another guy from our camp, our group. And I hit Sean with a pretty big springboard drop kick. And he told me when I pinned him, he said, "You stiff me like that again, I'm going to beat your ass." And he kicked out like that strong. Finisher. And now his head's red. This should be it. Oh yeah, Finley's not going to let that happen easily. Get out.
Have inflicted so much damage on each other, and I'm getting exhausted just watching them.
Alright, that should do it.
There's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Even a weakened Undertaker is still very dangerous.
You're a little late getting there, Santino. Ooh, good sound effect though. And they're putting the boots to the Undertaker. One earn shot, is that it?
Why didn't they finish the job? New School has the dead man's number. They can finish him off anytime they want.
Now, a lot of people in the comments were hitting me up saying, why you got such weak guys like Santino and Finley going against Undertaker? And there's a lot of reasons for that.
New School has had fun delivering your first.
Now, they went from being kind of job squad to, you know, now they're getting more camera time, now they're getting more promo time. And, you know, I like building up kind of smaller guys, helping them rise up. So, and it kind of speaks to who the man is, that he can elevate these guys and their confidence from behind the scenes. So Undertaker's brother Kane is now seemingly under their control with the power of the urn.
Brother Kane, a man you beat 3 times at WrestleMania, is under our control now.
Oof, and just a good smack just to show that, because that's a big bad Kane. That is not a corporate Kane. That is not a mayor Kane. That is a badass Kane. And we're going to have to tombstone him twice. Oh. And I get caught again in a taunt.
And that punch lands hard.
Oh no. Oops.
Oh my God! What a choke
Big-ish
slam!
choke slam by Kane right there. I wrestled a guy who's about Kane's size in Canada, the one time I ever wrestled in Canada. It was me and another guy who came up from Minnesota, Playboy Pete Huge, and we wrestled this guy who called himself Cyborg. He was about Kane's size, maybe a little more cut, younger dude, Canadian guy, and man, he gorilla pressed slammed me, and it. I mean, when a 7-foot guy picks you up like that, you're about 10 feet in the air, and I landed right in my face. It was pretty awesome. I mean, adrenaline is a wonderful thing, keeping me from getting too hurt from that. He also gave me a clothesline that sent me spinning backwards, which was a move that I normally like to do anyway, but when somebody that big and powerful smacks you, I didn't need to use a whole lot of athleticism for that.
And if you want proof of that, just take a look at these.
All right, here we go. Tombstones.
Tombstone pile driver. Did that do it? Is Kane okay?
Now, the guy who we brought in to do motion capture for Kane, a guy I didn't know, a very, very large man. I mean, he was about 6'8", legit, but he was more like about 420 pounds. And the difference between being 6'8" and 300 pounds like these guys and being 6'8" and 420 pounds is a big difference. I mean, that man cannot move fast unless he's falling down a hill. So you can see, I mean, it works with Kane because he's a plodding type in this, and dude was flexible enough to step over the top rope like that.
I get my revenge against New School tonight. If you want to come out with me, feel free. The more pain for them, the better.
Now that's a great line delivery. Oh man, Kane just chucked him.
A vicious stomp.
Santino's actually got some defense to him. It seems like these guys, their skill levels up as I carry on in this.
And that's the match.
Well, I guess he had to counter me to get into the ring. Look up below. And maybe they want me to do one more tombstone before we go to cutscene. Here we go. And we go to cutscene, all right.
This is chaos. That's what these four thrive on, Michael. I love it.
Undertaker no selling that, still going in. So that's the very giant guy playing Kane once again. So he can't move all that fast. Unless this may very well be the WWE guys. Anytime there's a bump to the outside like that, and yeah, that's really smooth. So these were probably the big guy, probably the performance center guys.
It looks like he's decided to finish off his opponent.
Their tights are cool too. I liked Edge's tights earlier.
How many superstars have fallen victim to that over the years?
And Kane running interference for me. There we go. Very quick victory lap for the Brothers of Destruction.
Kane and Undertaker. It doesn't get any bigger or
So I know that was not a very special match, but if you're a fan of these two and you like the idea of them teaming up, we teamed them up. I mean, he and Regal, their style is just incredible. You got Dave Taylor, you got a lot of those tough, talented British guys. Chris Hero, buddy of mine, Cassius Ohno, really adopted a lot of that style too. Spent a lot of time in Europe, which is where he met Cesaro and started training him. Love that boot. Love that reverse exit from the ring. That's a scary thing to do. The first time you ever do that is kind of going backwards without a whole lot of protection. Speaking of no protection, eat a tombstone. So we have won the Brothers of Destruction entrance.
Man is ready to meet you, Undertaker, but I don't think you're ready to meet him.
I'm a big fan of the kendo stick.
And that's a stiff kick.
We're up.
What a sickening thud as his opponent crashed to the mat.
Love the gorilla press. And because I'm such a big Road Warriors fan, I mean, they used to gorilla press everybody. They gorilla press Hulk Hogan in Japan. They didn't care. If you were in the ring with them, they were going to pick you up. They also had a stock in the company that made Zubas. Yeah, Kane, hit him with something. There you go. Oh. But Kane with the tombstone. There you go. Give him a pin, Kane. I'll drag Finley around. Yes, there we are.
What's wrong with the Undertaker? How should I know?
Taker a little sore, and the guy playing Kane lumbers over to him. Just hard to move that big of a guy. I really enjoy the sound effects on these hits, though. Guys at Sound Deluxe did a really good job. And that's the man, the Boogeyman. Makes sense? A little surprised? I hope you are, or I hope you were. Boogeyman is a guy that's got the kind of supernatural past that Undertaker does, and
I'm the Boogeyman, and I've come to get you, Undertaker.
We can kind of build him up to be pretty badass, something they didn't really ever do on programming. But he takes a hit right away. So, alright, Kane just made himself a target. So he'll be the first victim of the Boogeyman. Bam. Now I really dug that. I really dug building up to this mystery person, having it be the Boogeyman, having him take out Kane relatively easily, and then make his exit. And that ends No Way Out. And that ends the second act of Undertaker's storyline. And you'll see what happens a little later. But this is a ladder match with the urn suspended above. To get this, I pretty much asked Ukes to do the Money in the Bank, but with a big urn instead of a suitcase up top.
It's a race to get the urn with so much on the line.
All right. Strikes and grapples both do punches. There you go. Get off.
Come on. This is for the title.
Alright, now it's starting to go down. Good, good, good. Ever so slowly. As if I'm drinking that Kool-Aid. Now, I busted a guy open once in my wrestling career, and he was an old man, like literally, he was in his 70s. His name was the Sodbuster Kenny J, and he was an old AWA babyface jobber guy who was still wrestling every once in a while, and I was booked against him for a show, and I was supposed to hit him with I was going for a super kick. Whoa, and now I'm hanging. I was going for a super kick, and he was supposed to catch it, and he didn't catch it. And so my foot kind of brushed across his old man forehead, and it busted him open. I did get hit in the head with a chair once, and it didn't feel good. And one of the most painful things in my wrestling career was when I wrestled this guy, Horace the Psychopath, who's a pretty crazy dude. And he and I were wrestling for a title in this promotion called Neo Pro Wrestling at the culmination of a tournament. And he threw a bunch of chairs on the floor of this armory, and kind of, I don't know if he DDT'd me on top of the chairs, fair enough. And then as I was laying there, he ran and did like a senton on top of me while I was on top of the chairs. And he was a big dude, probably about 250, 260, and it hurt a lot. I mean, it just, those chairs kind of poked every little bit of my soft bits. How are you doing today, Tomoko?
I cannot speak English.
That's her British accent. What do you think of today, my love?
It's a lovely day, isn't it?
So, shout her out in the comments if you think that her British accent is great. It's not, but, you know, shout her out in the comments anyway.
It's not.
And really just, I mean, I'm just punishing Santino so much.
Come on, this is for the title.
There we go. They did not change that animation at all, I don't think. But there we've got it. And Santino's AI is still going for it. I don't remember what we used in motion capture for the urn. It might have just been like a protein powder jug or something that we taped up. Because you have to tape up things so it doesn't reflect the light and mess up the cameras. It needs to be kind of as black as possible. This is a cool little visual effect.
Speechless, as is the rest of this arena.
Something in the urn just infected Santino. Yeah, it's super windy today here in Tokyo. So we got a handicap match against New School. 2-on-1. Once again, Undertaker's outnumbered, but oh, wait a minute. Something's going on. And there it is, Zombie Santino. And watch Coach sell it so poorly in this next voiceover comment.
Did The Undertaker just possess a member of New School?
It looks like the urn did more to him last week than we thought. He's become a zombie.
He's become a zombie. How are you that bad at voiceover when you're an announcer?
The unholy playground of the
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Darkest nightmare.
And there I'm trying to tag, and I end up taking the turnbuckle pad off. And we went through a lot of feedback to get that sickly green yellow color correctly on Santino. And of course, if I would have chosen Finlay for that urn on a pole match, it would have been him.
What a nasty headbutt.
There's that old neck breaker. Didn't Regal used to do that kind of neck breaker too? 1, 2, 3.
So let me get this straight. The Undertaker and a member of New School just beat another member of New School in a handicap match?
The horrifying thing is, I don't think he jumped ship of his own accord.
Yeah, you're getting out of here, Finlay. See you later, bye, thanks. And me and my new buddy, we're gonna hit the showers. Not together. We're just gonna go leave, is what I'm trying to say. No, I'm not. These two are having a match.
This is my opponent for tonight? That's a little loco, but a match is a match.
So that, I really like that character picture of Santino. And of course, if you unlock him, you end up getting to see that more. So see, I can do this magic that basically causes Santino to convulse. Monkey flip. Not a suplex, Michael Cole. Monkey flip. That's a fun animation, just him kind of freaking out. And now I felt like we would do that for one match, give the player a chance to mess with New School, and now let's return him to his former glory. And he's back to his normal tanness as well. That Italian tan on Santino.
Undertaker has freed him. Thank goodness. It made me sick to see the Phenom acting like.
But there's the man. And he's saying, it's okay. Don't worry about it, buddy. Ooh. And the power of the Boogeyman and the magic stick. Look at that eye twitch on Santino there.
You can't control me, Undertaker.
Good little extra.
WrestleMania, your streak will die.
So man, every time I feel like I've got the advantage, it again just seems like that was part of Boogeyman's plan. He doesn't seem worried about it. But hey, we unlocked the zombie Santino. But yet another cutscene victory animation here, and you'll see why in a little bit. Motion captured choke slam. Choke slams are always fun to do. Anytime I have a crash pad around, like. And the magic stick takes out Undertaker before WrestleMania.
And I got you, Undertaker.
Did the Boogeyman really just destroy the Undertaker right before our eyes?
Nope, not quite. Vintage Undertaker, eh, Michael Cole? And there goes the magic stick.
Will the Undertaker still have his streak intact?
So earlier today, kind of Undertaker channeling his power here in the cell. Wow. And he's ready.
Undertaker, you can't beat the man. He will take your streak. He will take your soul. You can't beat the Boogeyman, Undertaker. He's coming to get you.
So as you can tell, we used pretty much all the people involved in this storyline for that voiceover. Yeah, I don't want you to fall off just yet.
Oh my God! After a fall like that,
whoa!
This match is over. Oh. Look at this.
That's the things you do when you're in the WrestleMania main event. You throw a guy flat to the ground and then you jump down after him. You do that when you're in the WrestleMania main event, or when you're Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka at ECW One Night Only pay-per-view. Just the amount of prep it had to do to come out as Boogeyman. Just the intricate. I imagine that's kind of that peel-off face paint, but then whatever that stuff is that's on his neck, had to go buy a clock. How many clocks of those did he have? I don't know. All right.
Can he do it?
Thanks, buddy.
3.
Cole, don't you worry.
The Undertaker's record at WrestleMania is still flawless.
Are you not entertained?
This cements the dead man status as one of the all-time greats in this business.
Here comes a couple druids. Druids will make an appearance in 2011 as well. It's night time, Boogeyman. This is really fun scene to shoot too. Boom. So that's Matt Lasky as Undertaker and another cool guy, AJ Castro, another actor in LA, as Boogeyman, doing that choke slam off the side of the ring. And they were not trained pro wrestlers, but you know, we helped them figure that out and the logistics of it, and yeah. There they go. We had to get a little gurney to act as the coffin, and it, you know, there's no elevation to the ramp. Oh, and you can kind of see some interpolation there inside. That's weird, but at least there was somebody in there. But it's not over yet. And there we go. The Sayonara song from Tomoko. But hey, Boogeyman lives on as a playable character. And we start, as we always do, with a nice video package by WWE. Little video collage of Punk doing Punk things. And it's kind of amazing to look at this, you know, 10, 12 years ago and just see kind of the beginning of CM Punk's star starting to shine. Now, I knew Punk way before this. I'd say almost 10 years before this. And there he goes. We go into in-game cutscene Punk.
I don't drink, and I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. My addiction is wrestling. With no toxins and no distractions, I've been able to make an impact in World Wrestling Entertainment. But I still want to go farther. I have a feeling it won't be an easy path. I welcome the bumps on my road to WrestleMania.
And then I ran into Punk a couple more times, and he was always, you know, kind of dry to me, but I mean, that's how he is with everybody. And I still kind of considered him one of our guys, and was super happy when he started to get successful, and I really welcomed the opportunity to, you know, do this story and really try and put him over. And I personally am kind of close to straight edge myself, so I can relate to that aspect.
You pulled out a lucky win last week, Punk.
Somebody once told me, if you're good, you don't need luck.
I doubt you're good enough to beat me again.
I'm standing right in front of you, if you feel lucky.
This is ECW.
That is such a long towel. That's not even a towel in Jeff Hardy's back pocket. It's like a sheet.
What about an Extreme Rules match tonight? I'll even give the winner a shot at my ECW championship at the Royal Rumble.
Let's do it.
I like Punk with his finger pointing here.
When I go extreme, I don't hold back.
And that's the rule of threes right there. And they get a little close in kissing distance. So this time it's an Extreme Rules match.
And he hits a big-time leg drop.
The spinning leg drop. Now, me and Sean Daivari were in wrestling camp one day, and I used to... No, I didn't do a spinning leg drop, but he wanted to emulate this ECW spot of Jerry Lynn and RVD, where Jerry Lynn goes, or RVD goes for the spinning leg sweep a la kind of Mortal Kombat, and Jerry Lynn jumped up and did a leg drop onto RVD's head. So we were trying that, and Daivari, at the time a very skinny kid, drops his bony ass right on the back of my brainstem, and I'm seeing neon green. It's weird, like highlights are in neon green, and he was so kind of freaked out that like I was obviously hurt, and he kind of cradled me and like kissed my head and apologized, because that's the kind of sweetheart Sean Daivari is. This gonna do it? Okay, here we go. Table finisher, I saw it on the HUD. Let's hope it happens. Let's hope it's not. Boom! I am the table. Punishment for losing, but well, that's a badass. That's a badass animation. And let's taunt a little bit. All right, here we go. This should do it. Yep, get over there, Jeff. Run some interference for me. And Burke just walks out. Sure.
Hey man, listen. I'm worried about getting jacked by the same guys you faced last week.
What do you want me to do about it?
Some weird textures on the floor there.
Corner tonight to watch my back.
You know you and I have a championship match in a few days, right? All right, okay. You're lucky you're an ECW legend.
That was good line delivery by Punk. Really happy with that. He got that little laugh in there, and then we have him going back to doing some shadow boxing. All right, so Morrison is in the corner of Elijah Burke. Now, talking about Elijah Burke, after we get this exclusive voiceover.
Asks his challenger to watch his back tonight. One thing I like about Punk is that he's a competitor, and he's not looking for any shortcuts. He wants Dreamer at his best.
So Elijah Burke, I did an interview with him at one Superstar Challenge, which was a thing where superstars would play the WWE game in kind of a tournament format and do media interviews around WrestleMania weekend. And I got an interview with Burke, as well as Lashley Anderson and who's it? Ashley Massaro, who unfortunately passed away, I think, last year. But Elijah Burke and I had a fun little interview. He was, we were vibing off each other. I don't think he didn't know my background, but we, there's a DQ, but let's have another fracas. But I heard through something that Elijah Burke was mad at me, and I think it might have had to do with the editing of the interview, or like we did a normal interview and then we did a, like there was a, hey, talk about gamesradar.com or something, and maybe they posted some of the stuff that should have maybe been on the cutting room floor. I don't know. I was not in charge of that. I was paid to do the interview, and that was it. On a vertical leap. All right, here's a fighting cutscene. And take a rest, take a powder there. Going for the Dreamer DDT.
A tactical retreat doesn't mean this thing's over, Joey.
Punk might have been thinking about doing something there.
Then why didn't he? If the champ gives you an advantage, you got to take it.
CM Punk is gold.
Where the ECW championship is on the line.
I hear it's going to be an extreme.
Now watch the pointing by Taz at the end of this.
That doesn't sound like an ECW original talking to me.
Why? Because I don't want two talented superstars maiming each other?
It should be a violent confrontation, that's for sure. And Dreamer's ECW championship is on the line. We'll see that match and many others
Tonight. There's that point by Taz, hardcore match.
Big time, Punk. Give it everything you got. You're good, but we're about to find out if you can go extreme with me, the innovator of violence.
And again, the PS3 is just doesn't look as good as the 360, unfortunately. Boom. And if I had gotten the 360 instead of the PS3, you probably would have been watching this video about a month before, because 360 was also a lot easier to capture footage from. And that was a big chair shot. I have taken a couple chair shots in my day, and they are not fun. Oh, but wow. Okay. And Tommy gets color on his own, and I eat poop on my own. Let's go, Punk. Aren't there some funky physics? Sure. It could be his night, and it's his night. Yep, it is. Don't know if anyone will be happy about it with me not putting him through the table, but here we go. And we start the reign of Punk in ECW.
Yeah, but at what cost? Dreamer looks really hurt out there.
We have medical personnel out, tending to Tommy Dreamer.
And Taz getting in there too. A little concern for his friend. Stay back, Punk.
At Royal Rumble, a superstar got hurt. My good friend and ECW original, Tommy Dreamer. And I am sick and tired of this happening time after time.
I'm kind of sick of looking at that jacket.
Matches? Well, I'll tell you what, it takes a huge toll on us. It's the single reason I had to retire.
A huge toll.
When a superstar is injured, it's bad for business, and my family doesn't like that. Thanks to Taz's concerns, I'm hereby abolishing extreme matches. Effective last week.
And there's the woman who told me I'm not as good as I think I am.
CM Punk's win at Royal Rumble is negated. And I need him to come out right now to relinquish the ECW Championship.
Talk about revisionist history.
What, that's it? Sorry, CM, no more title? You're too extreme for ECW?
Unfortunately, yes, but...
Talk about hitting a guy when he's down.
And the fans are getting into it. Big high angle waistlock suplex. Drop him on his beads. And really, Elijah Burke, when he became the Pope in Impact, that was a cool gimmick, and they let him do quite a bit with it. Pair my PS4 controller to the PS3, so I don't need to have.
Elijah Burke maliciously attacked the dejected CM
Yeah.
Punk.
Just like the fight I had in middle school where the guy ran away, and I told him, "Come back here, punk." True story. Part of a true story. Ukes needed that sign-off before they could really start designing stuff, and WWE was kind of dragging their feet. So our guys stayed on him, and eventually we heard, okay, we're sending one of our guys on a plane to LA. He'll be there a couple days, and you guys can hash it out. I'm like, okay, cool. Does he have the scripts? Yes, he does. Okay, great. We'll see him in a little bit. And he shows up at the Agora Hills THQ offices, which are now, of course, no longer around because THQ is no longer around, and he hasn't read anything. It's a guy named Dave Lagana, who wrestling fans may recognize. So now we're going in the story where this is our first match in the ECW title tournament, strangely, even though we were just a champion. So Lagana comes in, he says, I have not read any of this. Let's just start from scratch. I know what I'm talking about. I work at WWE. So I'm going through stuff with him. Now I think the Jericho story was pretty much done as the vertical slice, but all the other ones he was kind of like, yeah, I got a whole bunch of ideas. And something I learned in making this game, you can have the best narrative ideas, but if they don't meld with gameplay, they're pretty much useless, because this is not a TV program that people are watching. This is a game that people have to play. So things aren't going well. I got the shock of knowing that that all my work had basically gone down the toilet. I excuse myself, I go talk to Corey Ledesma, my boss, and I say, Corey, this guy doesn't know anything. He's like, dude, you gotta get this done. Do what it takes, get this done. So I pretty much was chopping off fingers the whole time for the next 2 days, trying to get this stuff in a situation where I could once again start rewriting the scripts to get them in stories that I agreed with, that Lagana agreed with, and it was the most difficult thing I had to do in this game. And there were some difficult things. I'm sure I'll talk about them later, especially as I got, had to argue with Ukes over getting stuff implemented or not implemented. And I remember the Lagana stuff because in this thing, I originally wanted Mick Foley to be where you saw Taz kind of railing against the Extreme style, but that didn't work. I don't know if that was Lagana didn't want to use him or what the deal was, but we used Taz instead. But there were a lot of changes like that. Now, I'm not saying that these were bad changes because, again, he worked there, so he obviously was doing something right. But he also created a lot of problems for me.
Hey, now, I know the score. Injuries come with the territory. Don't worry about me. I'll heal. Focus on your match.
Yeah, round 2 of a tournament for a championship I never lost.
You're rightfully ECW champion. No matter what Stephanie or anyone else says, go out there and be extreme by any means necessary. Break rules. Use a weapon. Get disqualified. Don't worry about this stupid tournament. We both know it's bogus. Just do your job as an ECW superstar.
Yeah. Yeah, ref. I mean, we're being extreme, right? Kind of like that funky arm drag there. Not sure what you'd call that. It's almost like a top wrist lock into an arm drag.
A sharp kick wearing down his opponent. That's a difference maker.
All right, what are we going to do with this finisher?
And now a vicious choke using the ring rope to cut off the oxygen supply.
Well, we could get DQ'd this way. Yeah, not giving up yet, ref. Not giving up. Chokey choke.
Set to become ECW's guiding light as champ.
Commentary lines.
Just like that, CM Punk is out of the tournament.
CM Punk needs to learn to play ball here, Styles.
Now, we will definitely have a new ECW champion in the tournament final next week. What a misstep by Punk.
Now, I liked writing this promo. I wasn't too into his delivery on it.
You get the honor of seeing me before I coast in there and beat Jeff Hardy without even.
But maybe I didn't. Maybe it was my fault for not getting Elijah's voice the right way.
ECW champion. I will usher in a new era, not of extreme, but of the Elijah experience. I'm a champion you can be proud of, not some frail has-been like Tommy Dreamer, or a greasy wannabe rebel like CM Punk.
Boo.
I'm a true paragon of virtue.
I love the footsteps of Punk running towards him just to jack him from off screen. And catering was left out. What a great performer Rick Rude was. And a strong man too. He was a arm wrestling champion. Kurt Henning's another guy, Mr. Perfect from Minnesota area, and he and Kurt would run together, and Kurt would end up getting into fights with people and make Rude beat him up, which is it was like just funny to Henning that he would kind of talk them into fights, and then Rude would have to do the fighting, or the arm wrestling, which would then lead to fighting for Guar. It's my second time bringing up Guar today, and there goes all the foodstuffs, all that pizza gone to waste. Not that wrestlers eat a lot of carbs anyway. Come on, giving them pizza? Might as well give them loaves of bread.
That's why it's called ECW, fans. And Taz, don't forget it.
Now, I love that idea of, him kind of grabbing the camera. And I'm going to be on.
We should have the finals of the ECW Championship Tournament tonight with no interruptions this time.
Yes, I think CM Punk might be a little busy with his opponent to worry about the result of that match.
I do not want to tangle with him too much, so let's beat him in 2.5 minutes.
Came back from peeing.
Welcome back from peeing. See the size of that guy?
Oh.
What a kick that was.
Akebono.
Yeah, he looks like Akebono, the most famous sumo wrestler ever, you'd say.
Kamigad.
So he's got a god tattoo on his arm, Tomoko's saying, because she reads Japanese.
Yeah, wow.
Was what he was called in NXT.
He wasted no time in going for that.
Leg moonsault to the pin.
Know what a tough competitor CM Punk is, but I'm still surprised he won tonight.
Nobody can doubt the toughness of CM Punk. It's his discipline that I worry about.
Oh, we unlocked Layla. That's cool.
We got a new champion, baby, and I'm proud to say it's Elijah
Champion. We won't hold that one against him.
Allow me to introduce you to the new ECW champion, the one, the only, the Elijah Experience, Elijah Burke.
So there was a lot of changes.
That danced over the competition in the tournament, and hey, wait a second, where's the title?
I don't know why it said belt there. I'm not supposed to say belt.
Guys, calm down.
What the hell are you doing with my ECW champion?
It's kind of a shame how short the Taz model is.
I don't remember anyone beating me for it.
I earned that, Punk. It's mine. Give it back, or else.
How about we find out who the real ECW champion is?
Now I wonder if some people thought that Punk would kind of smack Elijah with the belt, but that's not a babyface thing.
no countouts, and may the most extreme man win.
Kind of disrespectful of the title there, of the championship. Big knees to the head of a downed opponent. That would be illegal in the UFC. Now, one of the legendary indie matches when I was coming up was CM Punk and Chris Hero, now Cassius Ohno, going 60-63 minutes, and I imagine that was for IWA Mid-South. Alright, count him out, ref. I guess they didn't animate him for every count. He's just has 10 fingers up every one. Look at that pool of blood. Oof. Oh, there's an action button. I don't know. Okay, so we're at 5. We'll go right to 6.
My partner has left the booth.
Grapevines the legs.
He's choking out CM Punk.
Taz is gonna kill you. Taz is gonna kill you. And apparently he did. Now, unfortunately, we had to do the whole 10 count here because it is last man standing. And when I watch this, I just think of we're paying for every second that these 4 are in the ring in motion capture. And speaking of motion capture, it was not easy for the animators to kind of get that hold on CM Punk because Taz's model is just so small.
Punk, I want you to know why I got involved last week. It's because of ECW's championship and its heritage. You see, you and I have both held it, but only one of us truly respects it.
To regaining the ECW title. Elijah Burke was down for the count until someone decided to interfere.
Clear that throat, Joey.
Get off my back. What I did was good for ECW. Plain and simple.
Once again, Taz really believes that what he's doing is the best thing to do, and really, villains have to feel like they're right too. Villains have to feel like they're justified. Just GTS'd him out of his furry boots. Alright, we got it here. Excuse me, butt. Ow. Part of the reason why I put in these clear conditions, not just to give unlocks for people, but was because I wanted them to play it a different way. Another ass shot. At least we don't have smell-o-vision. Because I know I'm a normal-sized man, and when I get some swamp butt... Oh, good. That pinfall broke up my disgusting conversation. Look at him. He's still amped up. He may not do any drugs or anything, but maybe he's drinking a lot of Red Bulls. Fun little graphic done by Ukes.
That was so unceremoniously stripped from him weeks ago. And will Taz show extreme vice? I'll call it fairly because I'm that much of a professional. Thank you very much.
You almost feel like it's real, you know?
Shot is like giving a can opener to a baby. You're not going to do anything with it. This is a wrestling match, and there's no way you can beat me without resorting to your old barbaric tactics.
Giving a can opener to a baby. I am pretty proud of that one. I'm pretty sure I just pulled that, shot that one right from the hip when I was writing. If you didn't know, which you probably know, which is probably why you're even subscribed to me or watching this or whatever, is the videos that I did about what I know of the 2K WWE 2K20 situation and Ukes and Sin Sophia and other stuff. Those videos really blew up, and that's kind of how I got the audience that then made me feel like I could do these kind of videos. Again, you know, Taz, once again talking about how, I mean, he's looking out for the boys, and if you've never been a wrestler, you don't understand what they put themselves through, and that's true. I was a wrestler for 4 or 5 years, and I know somewhat what these guys go through, and I wasn't on the road like these guys were. That's when it really starts to hurt. But while I'm preaching, CM Punk has become the ECW champion. And I guess Tommy Dreamer warped into the ring. Watch how quickly this belt snaps on. Bloop. And there it's on. Although when we go to that side view, yep, it's kind of floating in front.
Nothing left.
Where I was in Tokyo with my fellow THQ design brothers, and we went to go see a Pro Wrestling Noah show. And on that card was Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, Misawa, who was the founder of Noah, a legendary Japanese pro wrestler. He's the guy with the green and white tights, and Marufuji Kenta, which was just an awesome junior lightweight championship title match. Just
like
awesome.
An ECW championship reunion. So I thought I'd join you two. Why don't we invite another former champ?
Here's the deal. We want both of you at WrestleMania, and get this, in a tag team match.
And get this was not part of the script.
CM Punk, it's time that I really teach you what the word extreme means. And Dreamer, you're not looking too good these days. You need retirement a little bit more than I do. You know what? Maybe a few suplexes on that injured midsection. That would do the trick.
That sounds like a great match for WrestleMania. And Taz, since your team made the challenge, I'll let Punk's team pick the stipulation. Any stipulation.
Now you see there, we did actually get Stephanie to be on the Titantron in a video, and that is something that we recorded separately, and she's even moving right there. Also, we had to cut away from Taz a lot. Okay, I gotta pick this match. Table match? We haven't done a steel cage match yet, so let's do that.
Conspicuously absent, of course, is Taz, who will actually be competing tonight in a featured ECW tag team bout. Let's look at how all
There's that punchy guy back there with the woman next to him.
CM Punk captured the ECW championship from Tommy Dreamer at the Royal Rumble, unfortunately injuring the former champion. As a result, Stephanie McMahon abolished extreme matches and held up the ECW championship. Instead of accepting this, Punk went out of his way to ruin the tournament.
That's a fun little screen cap.
Of former ECW champion Taz.
Yeah, these are really well posed, and they are not taken from the cutscenes either, I'm pretty sure. But the Ukes guys were such passionate pro wrestling fans, they really were, which is why they kind of put themselves through so much.
To Stephanie McMahon to take me off announce duties, so Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler will call this ECW match. I hope Taz gets the hell beaten out of him tonight. Hard right hand, knocking his opponent down.
I'll show the human suplex machine a couple suplexes of my own, and a couple submissions of my own too. Taz has a finisher. Let's try keep him from using that.
This match has so many combustible elements.
Ooh, pile driver by Tommy. Why don't you give him a DDT there, Tommy?
And that Anaconda Vice might be the beginning of the end of this one.
Boom.
Can he do it? Can he reach the top of
Oh
the cage?
man, I was just getting up on the cage, and now here we both are going over. Oh, not me. Tommy, maybe stay in. Okay, get up, get up. Man, my body's red too. Get up. Oh no. Oh, they're both going? Oh, they're both getting maxed too. Oh no. Okay. Off camera, I was able to get Elijah out. Nice. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. What do I press? What do I press? X. All right. Whew. That was a competitive match. I'm gonna tell you. I was sweating that one. Up goes the cage.
Maybe Taz should have stayed retired after all.
Yeah, Taz is coming out of retirement. Didn't really work out for him.
You and I brought back Extreme. I think everyone wants to see us do it one better. You and me in the same match for my ECW championship.
And down goes the cage. And they get a bonus match.
Very physical match.
Oh, look at him. He is really going up fast.
It's a long way up the cage.
I don't even really know what I'm hitting just because I'm trying to hit something before he counters.
And there's the go to sleep.
to the temple. Wow, what a shot! He's been busted wide open.
Alright, hopefully I'll get better, do better. See, again, it doesn't go up very max.
Can Tommy Dreamer do it?
Alright, that's a good one.
Tommy Dreamer reclaim the championship he lost
The turtle race.
3 months ago?
Oh, almost there. Almost there. Come on, straight edge. It's a straight line. Oh, thank goodness.
That's 2 WrestleMania wins in one night.
And up goes the cage again.
Dreamer looks hurt. I hope he's okay, King. But those were 2 slobber knocker matches in a row.
Come on, Tommy, don't be butthurt. I won fair and square.
He certainly doesn't look happy.
Alright, there we go.
Those 2 have great respect for one another, and the fans have great respect for them.
And we get the ticker tape. Now, really, that stuff does not actually land on the ground. There's a model of the ground with it on there that we turn on and off. And of course, we unlock Taz, which is pretty damn cool. All right, everybody else, your time is up. Cena's time is now. Y'all know it. We know this song really well. Brrrah. Yep, and we know Cena versus Orton quite a bit. So we are here in the 4th story of Road to WrestleMania 2009. Road to WrestleMania. Did I just say that twice? Anyway, I guess I'm just excited. Look at John Cena with back when he used to call these moves the FU and the STFU. There's an FU, which is basically a fireman's carry with kind of like a butt bump in there. And there we go again, trying to emulate live action into cutscene.
And I never surrender. Hustle, loyalty, respect. There's always going to be someone bigger or faster or meaner, but I make sure there's no one more determined than I am. There are times when I'm down, but I'm never out. I'm John Cena, and this is my Road to WrestleMania.
And this is my dad's t-shirt.
I want you all to know that I'm very happy to be in New York City. And I'm sure to give Mr. Kennedy a fight he'll never forget. But that's not why I'm out here. I want to look for the future for a minute and talk about next week, which is WWE's Tribute to the Troops show.
Now, has a game ever done Tribute to the Troops before this?
The WWE
Let me know, because I don't think I've seen it.
Smiles on the soldiers' faces. And of course, we usually get many of those smiles ourselves. Last year I met some good friends out there, and I'm hoping to see one of them again this time out. So until I see them personally, I'm dedicating tonight's match, where I'm going to give Kennedy the fight of his life, to Tony and the other men and women protecting the USA.
The USA?
You heard me, the USA! USA!
Once again, we had a guy do, I think we had a bunch of extras, let's say 50, maybe 100, maybe 200 in a gym, and we recorded a bunch of chants, and of course we did a USA chant. All right, let's focus on Tribute to the Troops. Got the little logo there. We don't say exactly where it is, but Middle East somewhere. And unfortunately, this is almost kind of more timely now than ever after what's going on in the news, but let's not focus on that. So I think, and if I'm wrong, I'm really sorry, but I think Ukes made this whole thing for this match, basically. And that is not a good-looking Maria. And there's MVP, and I still back title card for the Tribute to the Troops.
Cena has a lot in common with our friends in the military. Like them, Cena would never raise the white flag. There's no denying the heart, the passion this man holds for his country. What a sickening bug.
I even rock his Tokyo song quite a bit, being in Tokyo and being a rap fan. Oh, and there's that weird little suplex he does. I don't think I'm going to do it. You can't see me from there.
Red, white, and blue. I have a feeling if we climbed his family tree, JR, we'd run into Uncle Sam.
These superstars are in rough shape. Fatigue has set in.
A little pandery with the commentary, but I mean, we're a tribute to the troops. We're going to be a little bit pro-America. All right, there we get a tap out.
And there it is. That's the match.
Oh, you come here.
That must be Tony, the soldier Cena befriended.
Indeed, there's Tony. Now, Tony's not necessarily based on anyone. Tony was just my way of having somebody represent the military. Somebody to be kind of like somebody that John Cena befriends. So we'll actually go to the ring now. So we're getting quite a few in-ring promos here. Let's see how MVP's delivery is.
John Cena beat me in tribute to the troops in front of this country's finest. But I'm filing a protest. I had sand in my eye, and the match should have been stopped.
That's when you're in the desert. That's fair gripe.
Everybody wanted to shake hands with Cena, or get autographs from Cena, or take a picture with Cena.
That's some really good matching of mocap and voiceover. Love MVP's necklace, which you can actually buy on his site according to his Instagram. You can buy a replica at his shows he's at.
And I'm gonna do something about it. As of this moment, MVP is leaving the US of A. Matter of fact, anyone else in that locker room who was fed up, come with me. This is the last time you're gonna see MVP as a citizen of this country.
Did I hear MVP right? He's leaving the country? I, for one, can't say I'm sad to see him go.
I'd be interested if you guys let me know in the comments what you think of the Regal Goldberg match, because I thought he just made Goldberg work in a way that nobody else did. He made it a competitive match, and in interviews afterwards he said they asked it to be a competitive match. It's about a 6.5 minute match, and Regal, had a pretty good standing at that time. And he made Goldberg work. He put him in uncomfortable positions, but I think Goldberg handled himself well. Boom. Now, my finishing move when I was a wrestler, besides I did the super kick a lot. Oof, I'm really far away. My move, believe it or not, was called the Uber Driver.
We could be looking at a pinfall here, folks.
And the Uber Driver was kind of a combination of the FU, which didn't exist at that time, at least when I first started doing it, and the Death Valley Driver, which was like Perry Saturn's move.
Now, Umanga, I know you will be competing against John Cena at the Royal Rumble, so perhaps you want to soften him up tonight. Meanwhile, I can handle that toe rag Jeff Hardy.
Toe rag.
I'm going to assume that was a yes. Bloody hell! It's like teaming with a
Can I
savage
get a
wildebeest.
face tattoo?
Still,
No face tattoos for you, love.
I'd rather be on your side than against you.
WWE superstar.
Got a finisher on him.
But the human body has
There we go.
its limits, and they may have
I forgot when he did that as a backbreaker. All right, let's... Okay, we can't see what's going on. Where's Umaga? Where's Umaga? There he is.
And there's the face back.
All right.
There it is. In a long time, JR. They're as ready as I am
Umaga will
tonight,
eat Cena. That's a nice exclusive sign.
for the big Royal Rumble match. In all, 30 superstars from all
Oh, look at that. Carlito's there.
in the namesake contest.
Morrison. Nice. The ball tumbler. And there's Maria again. I think she looks better on Xbox or something.
Heal, Umanga! Save your energy for that miserable John Cena.
Uh-oh. There goes all the balls.
You have bigger fish to fry than this freak, Umanga. Let's get out of here at once.
Every time he says Umanga, I pop. Now, I don't know if this is the same big dude that was playing Kane. He's sure moving slow like he is that.
You're putting a lot on the line when you
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, snap Mary into a... Oh. Wow. But I really liked him in Amy Schumer's movie Trainwreck. He's probably the funniest part in there. Although LeBron James did a darn fine job as well. But not as seasoned of an actor as John Cena is.
With a quick kick and a jaw-jacking punch.
There's a run-in.
Well, like it or not, this one's over.
Okay, now there's 3 guys in there. Not looking good for Cena. Not looking good for Cena. Oh dear. Oof. In the script, I would say how long I wanted them to do that.
These 3 are just flat out decimating John Cena.
Quite a few cutscenes in this first act. Uh-oh. Ooh, he hits that hard. Boom, vintage MVP.
Well, there goes Cena's movie star good looks.
Gets color. Not done yet. Now that's using some signature moves there. I mean, you're seeing some pretty vintage MVP and Regal with his wave, and Umaga.
So my pal Justin asked me to say a few words about SmackDown versus Raw, specifically the one that he wrote the storyline for, involving, I guess it was in storyline mode, the Better Than Utopia angle. I had no idea that I was going to be a featured part of that game, and I got called in to do a few voiceover lines. But my few voiceover lines turned out to be quite a few voiceover lines. And I'd done some minimal voiceover stuff before, but that was the first time that I thought, hey, kind of good at this. They even said, man, you're pretty good at this. You should consider a career in it. But the thing I remember most about it has been over the years, people telling me how much they enjoyed that storyline mode. Better Than Utopia with me, Umaga, and Regal, and fighting against Cena. It's very creative. And obviously, it impacted a number of people's lives because here, all these years later, people are still telling me how much they enjoyed that storyline mode. So if you ever want to take up residence in my nation of Better Than Utopia, you got to be balling.
What are these 3 doing coming out here? Especially
So that flag, the design I was pretty proud of how it ended up, but yeah, the flag's moving a little weird. I think it moved a lot less weird on 360, but whatever.
In the name of Better Than Utopia.
I told you I was better than anyone. So I decided to start my own country. Let me introduce my captain. This is my chief of security.
So we had very few voice samples for Umaga.
This is my Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Makes sense, right?
And this is my world. John Cena, you don't exist in my world. In fact, none of you do.
3 cheers for Better Than Utopia. And 3 cheers for the President. MVP. Hip hip.
Boo.
Hip hip. Hip hip.
By the way, Ken Anderson is now the proud proprietor of a very high-tech, very advanced pro wrestling school in Minnesota where guys like me and Aries and Davari cut our teeth wrestling, and it's called The Academy. So if you're in that area and you're looking to become a pro wrestler, you think you got what it takes, look up The Academy. And there's a good look at that logo. All blinged out. So Umaga just beat Jeff Hardy. So we join that match as it concludes. And here comes Better Than Utopia yet again.
This is my world. And I am better than you. Thought you could come into my world and be my chief of security? Huh. That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
Our world is better than yours. And to show that you truly understand your place in my world, you are going to kiss this.
Nice of Regal to hold the mic for MVP. And also do a little dirty work here with that knee. So as if we didn't have enough gimmicks for this storyline, now MVP is making people kiss his medallion. Oh, but Cena comes in, House of Fire. Kind of stupidly going against the odds. We just jump in there and start wailing on these guys. And they're nice enough to kind of stand there, a la Bruce Lee movie, and just let me beat them up one at a time. Oh, they're coming back. MVP is a formidable adversary on his own. I mean, the other two are either, although Regal just looked a little drunk at the moment. Now, Tomoko, what do you think of jean shorts? Do you think that they're still in style anymore?
Lame.
But European people still kind of do the jean shorts. Americans don't. Do Japanese people do jean shorts anymore? No.
It's lame.
Alright, so look, we actually held our own a little bit there.
From MVP and the Utopians. Can't say that I agree with that strategy, JR. Cena can hold his own against one Utopian, but I think the three of them combined is too much for even him.
When has Cena ever cared about the odds, King? He's as fearless as they come.
Come in.
All right. At ease, soldier.
Hey, it's good to see you, man. Hey, that's one way to get to come home, huh?
Yeah, I should be up and around in a few weeks. So what's on tap tonight?
I got this tag match in a minute. Hopefully I can put a dent in those better than Utopia guys. I gotta head out for that. But Mikase Sukasa. Feel free to chill and we'll hang after the match.
So I like the chemistry of Tony and Cena here. And by the way, Tony is voiced by none other than former THQ and Yuke's employee, Brian Williams. I just thought Brian had a good voice, so I'm going to F you both my opponents tonight. All right.
Wow. MVP's Chief of Security and Secretary of Foreign Affairs possess some serious fire.
And there it is. Here's what the fans
All right, cool. Now we're going to get to do... We've done our optional goal. And let's celebrate with a You Can't See Me.
Another setback for the Utopians. I'm sure MVP's not going to be too happy about this.
Cena still doesn't understand that this is my world. Maybe you can help him get the picture.
So those are Brian Williams' groans as MVP attacks an injured serviceman and runs away. That's dastardly.
I need some help right now. Get a doctor.
We unlock Tony. Cool. He's a tough guy in his own right, and he's now playable. All right. Oh, a promo.
I have a pretty simple philosophy. You can punch me, kick me, hit me with a chair, whatever. It goes with the territory. But MVP, when you put your hands on Tony, you cross the line. You don't mess with the people who make sacrifices for this country, MVP. And at No Way Out, I'm going to show you there are consequences for your actions. Bring your entire country. I don't care what kind of match or what kind of stipulation you throw at me. MVP, you and I are going to war.
So strong, on-brand words from Cena.
I come in peace.
You might leave here in pieces. What do you want?
Montel Vontavious Porter.
It's nice that we were able to get that audio as well.
Some ground rules written into the contract.
Our audio guys were top-notch. Sound Deluxe, man, they're great.
Place in better than Utopia and will abide by the pop.
So I gotta get these rules across in an entertaining way. So that's what this cutscene is.
In layman's terms, this basically says I'm screwed, right? Rule number 1. I need a 5 count to pin a Utopian. But you guys just need a 3 count on me. Where am I? King Kong Bundy?
Great acting by Todd Soley is Regal here too. Shout out to Todd.
Says I can't use rope breaks. But you can. That's very clever.
Something's going on.
Rule number 3, I think, says Utopians can leave the ring at will. But I'll be counted out.
So no countouts for them. No rope breaks for their moves. And Cena needs to get a 5 count.
One more bit of fine print.
What does it say?
All's fair in love and war.
Ooh. So there's those sound effects by the limited sound bites that we had for Umaga there. A little dance by MVP. Regal checking the list again.
John, after inspecting your injuries after the locker room attack, I would seriously advise against you competing tonight.
Not an option, Doc.
John, as your doctor, I can't abide by you.
Then I recommend that as my doctor, you stay out of my way.
And there's the leg drop.
All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I love it. A 4 count, Andy kicks out. Are you also going to tell us that Trish Stratus has the Twisty Rockets? All right, 1 down, and they pop right back in.
John Cena's defeated Regal, and Nelly must take on the Samoan Bulldozer, the Tank, Umaga.
Almost sound like he called him the Taint Umaga.
Just
tap, 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 tap.
look at this. Umaga's been eliminated. It's been a long, hard road for Cena. He's
Oh, look at him just absorb that kick.
Competed in 2 matches and fought through exhaustion. But now the opportunity he's been waiting for. Now he gets his hand on MVP.
Beating him up in front of his own flag.
He's putting the knee to his opponent. Here's Cena's next.
One more foo for you.
It can't be. Not the FU.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
John Cena has done the impossible. He's beat William Regal, Umaga, and MVP.
Yes, it's. Yeah, he was ready for that. Ready for that? Really moving fast. A little slower there, though, and eats a kick. Now I'm going to guess that Cena right here was played by Ted DiBiase Jr. I'm not positive. Because, again, they were only there for 1 day. 2 days, maybe.
Time for you to embrace that. Pucker up.
Oh, I'm kissed it. Oh, it tastes like pennies. Some WWE branded water. Make that 2 bottles.
Last night, your entire world came crashing down on all of it. There was only one man standing in the way of better than Utopia taking over. John Cena failed you all. As of this moment, this is my world. You all serve.
So like a good heel does, he actually lost that match. All 3 of them got beaten by John Cena, but he's still acting like he's king of the world.
John Cena put his lips on last night.
Though that is kind of humiliating to make him kiss the
You will
globe.
be put in your place, just like John Cena. You will realize that I'm better than you. I'm always gonna be better than you.
So gloating promo by the heels.
They've hurt my friends. They took my pride. Now it's time to tear down Better Than Utopia brick by brick. And I'll start with the Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Oof. And we're beating him up pretty good. And he's got a marinara forehead right now. And there's our KO.
This is one meeting your secretary couldn't handle, MVP. You won't know who's next, but I promise you this. I'm coming for you.
Maybe I went a little wild on the camera grabbing, shoving.
It worked so well last week. Let's have a repeat performance. Time to take out another Utopian so they know what it's like to be the hunted. I think it's best to go after Umaga after his match. Then put him through a table. That should keep him off of Raw for a while.
Did you guys get that?
Here's what the fans came to see.
Nice. Oh, and is he going to do a few through the table?
MVP. It's just
not the best looking
Mr. President.
FU right there.
Take over your world, MVP. The thing is, you can't see me.
Another camera push.
I'm here with this.
Look at JR conducting an interview.
Better than Utopia, MVP.
So called. You better be careful, though, when you're in my world, or even when you're not. And disrespecting the president can be considered an act of treason.
Yeah, you're not a king of better than Utopia, Jerry.
I wanted to get your thoughts on John Cena.
You and John Cena forget something. This is my world, mine. Cena wants a game of one-on-one? Well, tonight, I hired a little extra help to handle Cena. In my match tonight, he'll be watching my back. And I'll be sure to come out with him to watch Cena have his world rocked yet again.
So maybe we lean a little too heavy on Snitsky, but, you know, he's a big dude. He's a kind of scary dude. Jerry, kiss the globe.
MVP is my final target. He'll get his tonight during his match with Jeff Hardy. What weapon should I bring with me?
I think the all-American weapon would be the wooden baseball bat.
And here we go. An MVP.
So we just pop right in there.
Be ready to donate a pint of blood because Cena's looking to collect. He catches his opponent with an elbow.
Teeing off on those guys. Like how the ref is not really doing a whole lot.
Wearing down his opponent.
Oh, but he said don't do it. Okay. Trying to grab this chair. Trying to grab this chair. Oh no, where's MVP going? Oh, I think I missed my chance.
MVP is sure trying to get out of here in a hurry.
Love the car alarm sound.
This is like some action movie, and it's not over yet. Cena has a match of his own next. That's MVP's necklace. Cena's got MVP's whole world in his hands.
Hey, Cena, I just wanted you to know that I won't be there tonight because I'm taking care of better than Utopian business.
You mean you're hiding for the last 6 days before WrestleMania, MVP?
Oh, yeah, that. Our match at WrestleMania will be held under Utopian rules, you know.
Yeah, well, I have one condition. We make this an Iron Man match. That way I have plenty of time to impeach you, Mr. President.
Ooh.
A guaranteed 15 minutes of kicking your ass around better than Utopian Square? You're on.
Now, you know that I have entrances turned off, but hey, we know Cena and other guys like to have very special WrestleMania entrances, so I figured, here we go. Stick with the theme. Let's put Tony in the driver's seat. Let's have Cena waving the American flag because, you know, the Better Than Utopia flag is already in the ring. Nice comeback for Tony, who, of course, you know we've unlocked. And, yeah, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I don't remember whose idea it was exactly to have the Jeep with Tony and Cena in the back with... he's really got no safety thing there. No handlebars or harness. But a nice little jump in there to get in the ring.
To take center stage as weeks of tension between Cena and MVP.
Doing some squats. That's funny because I talked to MVP about squats once, and he was saying he would do about 400 or 500 at a time, as would Regal, as would Benoit, and you know, MVP was a little bit junior to those guys, but he kept up with them. My buddy Sean Davari also, when he was with WWE, would try and do that many squats, and I remember him telling me a story where he tried to do about 400 or 500 squats at once. I call them Hindu squats or free squats, and he did them, but his muscle fibers got so shredded in his quads that like the blood vessels were popping, so his legs kind of turned brown, and I think he told me he was even peeing blood for a little while after that. Yeah, man, he's always been cool with me. I've always, you know, felt free to talk to him a little bit. We both really love Bad Brains, the coolest hardcore / punk band ever.
I'm not even sure someone like that's worth the breath, JR. Especially.
And actually, I think another rat reference. I think, all right, that's one for the good guys. All right, I got to get in the ring because I can be counted out. Oh, but I didn't get counted out. Ha ha. Taunt taunt. Alright, let's see if we can get another fall here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I think he's about to do.
Of course, better than Utopia rules mean that I have to break for rope breaks. He blocked it and then gave me the second rope Styles Clash, which is a very scary bump. Especially if you've never done it before. Especially if he tells you, don't tuck your chin or you may die. Alright, let's see if we can get him to tap out here. You should have bled before. Hello. Oh, I see Brian Williams there and Corey Ledesma there. Hey guys. Do I have time to give him an FU and get back in the ring? Let's see. Ooh, this is cutting it close. Get in. In Japanese, we call that giri giri. When you just made it by the skin of your teeth, it was giri giri. And that was definitely. I mean, I think that's pretty memorable. See, I can't do rope break because the Better Than Utopia rules. Let's see if we get this. We do. All right. I feel like in this match, I probably considered bringing back the other guys from Better Than Utopia in a run-in capacity, but I felt like this is closure. That I wanted Cena to beat MVP one-on-one.
John Cena didn't just win the battle. He won the war against MVP.
So this wasn't for a belt, but I still think that it had the drama. Yeah, hand me the flag, Tony. USA. Oh, payback.
Not to mention some metal.
Now this kind of given the punch to Tony is reminiscent of Diggstown, which is my favorite boxing movie. Shout me out in the comments if you've heard of Diggstown with Louis Gossett Jr., James Woods. When at the very end there's a kind of scene like that where the leader, you know, the main good guy, is going to get one last punch. And he says, "No, bro, my hands hurt. You want to do this and let somebody else do it." All right, so we won the Jeep create an entrance, which is quite cool. It is all about the game and all about the game. Triple H, of course, had to star. Didn't have to. It wasn't like somebody told me to, but it was only natural that Triple H star in a SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 Road to WrestleMania storyline. Of course. And of course, he has the coolest music ever because he's got Motorhead. You know, rest in peace, Lemmy. Although I don't know that he ever rested or ever had peace. I mean, he was a Hellraiser through and through. And yeah, a hero of Triple H's. I'm sure Triple H is a hero to a lot of other people too. So here we're going to show him, again, morphing into an in-game model.
There is one measuring stick in this business. Me, Triple H. I've had more gold around my waist than almost anyone on the planet. I've led two of the most famous factions in history. I've been down the road to WrestleMania countless times. But this time, you've got control. It's time to play the game.
It's nice that his nickname is the game and it's a video game. That lends itself to a lot of fun little wordplay. And man, Maria was such a pretty model on 360, unless my mind is playing tricks on me.
You have an important match tonight against
Her voice is
Vince
super
and
cute
Mr.
still,
Kennedy.
though.
Do you feel confident?
Maria, do you know who I am?
You're Triple H.
Do you know what I do?
You wrestle?
I win matches. I win championships. Nobody is better. I am the king of kings and I reign over the WWE. Kennedy and Edge, they're not in my league. They're just stepping stones. And tonight, I get one step closer to the WWE Championship.
The little eye shift of Edge is kind of funny that got animated in.
You may get impaled.
If I were you, I would have done it. And not just talked about it.
That's a kind of cool tough guy thing of Triple H to say, like, hey dude, I wouldn't have told you I could have stabbed you in the back. I just would have stabbed you in the back. And look at these two. In a triple threat match, of course, you want to wear one guy down. There's his spine buster. It looks okay. It's just a little bit slower, you know, than Arn Anderson's. You look at, say, how Randy Orton does a power slam, right? He does it so fast. Oh, he spiked him pretty good there. That animation, he does definitely get spiked. But, you know, you want to, in a triple threat, you want to throw one guy out and pin a weakened opponent. And we unlocked cast move preset set 3. Oh yeah, what every kid wants under the Christmas tree.
Let me get this straight. You challenged me and the Rated R Superstar to a handicap match tonight? You got a death wish or something? For the so-called cerebral assassin? You're pretty darn stupid.
Directly to the chiropractor.
And there's that signature knee again, and look at it, I can go right into a pedigree. That's pretty badass. Huh. He actually tried to fight it a little bit. My favorite album back in the day. Now this was definitely done by the WWE guys that came in, the development guys. And I remember that, I wish I remembered his name again, I forget. The guy who played Kennedy was Ryklon, who, Ezekiel Woods? Ezekiel Jackson? Big Zeke, that's who it was. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. So Triple H getting outnumbered, but grabs his trademark hammer. But eluded by the announcers, he's still being outnumbered.
Triple H, I wanted to wish you luck tonight in your championship match.
Thanks, Nate. You know better than anyone else what it's like to be in this situation.
It seems like only yesterday, you, me, and Randy, we were all one unit in Evolution.
That's history, Rick. And tonight will be historic.
Wow. Rick's eyes looked a little glassed over there for a second.
Champ.
Bring it home, champ. Ric Flair is not big into video games. He's not big into doing voiceover. So you really got to be careful to kind of capture his character when you write those lines. There we go.
What a reversal. He's putting the
Yeah, I like the collision on that running knee. That's nice. And here we'll do another rolling knee because I like the animation so much. Mike Mondo, who's a really talented wrestler. So I almost, every time I see a really cool animation I like, I wonder if he was on the giving or receiving end of it. He just went to the Performance Center to do a little teaching. Uh-oh, a run-in as I left the ring. Come on, ref, you can't call that. What were you looking at, Triple H?
Randy Orton has a chair. Things are bad enough already. Stay the hell out of it, Randy.
This is very, very bad for Triple H.
Oh, look at that swerve. Hopefully a lot of people didn't see that coming.
Randy Orton has saved the game. I don't believe it.
I love to save the game.
These two working together?
I have no idea, King. I'm stunned.
Triple H, I wanted to talk to you for a second.
Thing is, Randy, I've got nothing to say to you. I've got a match.
Last week, those two got what they deserved. I'm sure they'll get more of it tonight, but if you need someone to have your back, I've had it before.
That's the past. This is all the backup I need.
It's your game, Hunter. Play at your own risk.
It's your game.
What impact?
Kennedy's still, body-wise, doing okay. But that'll hurt the body. I know, because I was doing backdrops 8 times a week for 6 weeks when I was doing that play. And we got so much height. We kept getting more and more height.
This could be really good.
Oh, that was cool. All right. We got the win against those two a third time, and they're still not done once again. And watch, oh, here we go. The guy playing Edge bumped a little early, but at least they kept the hands connected. Uh-oh. Ooh. I'd love to see an RKO.
Does it matter, King? What matters is he saved Triple H again.
No more unfair fights. At Royal Rumble, I want the two of you.
No more blood.
Against me and Triple H.
What a match for the Royal Rumble. How are these two going to coexist?
It could be said that Orton is trying to help Triple H. It could also be said that he's trying to keep Triple H from getting that deserved rematch.
Maybe just for one night, but Evolution rides again. Just like old times. After you two get the victory, we're going to party all night long.
That's me.
Look at this. Here it comes.
And here we go. Boom. Okay, stop him, Randy. Thank you very much.
Here's the pin. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3.
Yes, it is. All right, beautiful.
You can't tell me that didn't feel good, Hunter.
Could have put some clothes on, guys.
And now we celebrate. Evolution style.
Hey, that was a great match. You looked fantastic.
You don't look that great on PS3. No, not bad.
There are 12 more just like her, waiting for us. This is a night to celebrate.
Rick's still wearing the robe.
Triple H.
Hopefully he's got something on under it.
Ric Flair together again.
For one night, I'll party with you, Rick. Orton, keeping my eye on you.
The fighting is done for one day. The rest of the night is for partying. Woo!
Yeah, let's go. Hopefully your suits are inside the car or something.
And what a night it was.
Now I want you to notice that there is a timestamp on that picture of Evolution of December 14th, 2003. Here we're establishing Shawn just had a match. Coming to the back. Triple H waiting for him.
And as usual, he never misses a beat.
They can't keep me away.
And some ad-libbing by HBK on the script.
To WrestleMania without Mr. WrestleMania.
Well, that line starts behind me. Hey, I've got a match with
Good
Danny.
acting on little
We'll catch
twirly
up later.
fingers, though.
Sounds good. And with all this talk about bands being put back together, you and I should talk.
Shawn planting the seeds for a different type of faction reunion. Alright, giving you another post-match special cutscene.
Why can't that Edge leave well enough alone? If he wants to get in the ring with Triple H and his sledgehammer, it's his funeral.
And mush the bread in the bread basket.
With that, the game not only sent a message to Edge and Mr. Kennedy, but he also showed Evolution that he's capable of defending himself.
Yeah, once again, I wanted to bring an end to kind of Edge and Kennedy as your first half adversaries.
Back on. Do you know what that means? A beast? No, it. Wait. Yes. Puppies! You stole my line.
Heard that.
Triple H, we need to talk. I was serious about bringing DX back together.
Where's my WWE branded water?
There's only one thing I need.
You can't honestly be telling me you're going to side with Orton.
Funny. My ears were ringing. HBK, a reunited Evolution is what everyone is dying to see.
Evolution never would have existed without DX. Randy, Triple H is more of a degenerate than you'll ever know.
I love how degenerate's being used as a positive.
I hope you're not listening to his selfish ways.
And selfish ways is kind of a weak statement.
I'm doing
Selfish
just
ways.
fine on my own. But how about this? I'll team with Sean tonight. And Randy and I will tag next week. Now, does that make everyone happy?
Give me that non-WWE water. Nice little stare down by those two.
Ladies and gentlemen, set your video recorders and take note of this historic night. For one night only, one of the greatest teams of all time reunite.
And if you're not down with that, I'm sure they got a couple words for you.
Of course, once-in-a-lifetime reunions of DX are more like annual things, but we still make it special. Kate and Murdoch are obviously a heel team. And that's because when you team with HBK, you're a babyface team. Now, chops hurt. They do. I mean, that noise is hand on skin and kind of bony skin. I've been chopped a lot in my day. I've chopped people a lot in my day. When I was a game journalist / pro wrestler, I used to chop various people. My friend Tony Barrett, Sean Baby, and I exchanged chops. I don't remember if that was shirtless or not, in a hot tub or not. No, it wasn't in a hot tub. Sweet chin music. Let me go run interference. Oops. Oops. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Sweet chin music! I don't believe it!
Uh-oh. Man, that's a great throwback team as well, a nostalgic team, or natsukashi, as we say in Japanese. London and Kendrick really, to me, have Bill and Ted vibes. And these two, of course, had a really long history, a really long title reign in SmackDown. I don't remember how long that title reign was. Was it 180 days? Was it even a year? Paul London, his older brother, Jonathan, is a friend of mine. A filmmaker and a very early podcaster. He does something called Geekscape podcast, and a good dude. And then I used Paul for motion capture when we needed Shooting Star Press, I think in 2011. And there's a butt shot of Orton for some reason, which is weird because this is a cutscene that we did exclusively. The babyface are not very happy. Oof. A big spear by Batista. Watch his camera angle on this spinebuster. Wah! That's pretty cool. I also really like the kind of Superman punch style clothesline that London threw. This is definitely done by the WWE developmental guys. I imagine that's Ezekiel Jackson there. And we unlock Jillian Hall. And look, she doesn't have that thing on her face.
Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton are scheduled to battle for the WWE.
Now look at that announcement. It's going to be Shawn and Orton for the championship. And once again, we haven't gotten our rematch yet. And he was teaming with Brock Lesnar. And they came out with Jesse Ventura, another Minnesota hero. So they were definitely over. They were both in developmental. And for the finish, Brock Lesnar did a shooting star press, and it was amazing. So imagine my surprise at WrestleMania against Kurt Angle when I saw Brock Lesnar climbing to the top rope as well. I knew what was coming. I was calling for it to come, and didn't really work out, did it? All right, let's cut a promo.
All I hear these days is DX or Evolution. I go out to eat. I don't hear smoking or non-smoking. I hear DX or Evolution. I go to the store, they don't ask me paper or plastic. The guy says, DX or Evolution? Randy, Sean, you two put me in the middle of this. Fine. I'll be in the middle. At your WWE Championship match at No Way Out, I'm gonna be the guest referee.
Oh my goodness, JR. What a shocking turn of events. I'm sure Orton...
Man, I'm pretty happy with that cutscene. I mean, Bryce does a great job in motion capture. Hunter does a really good job in that voiceover. Really kind of selling that he's kind of tired and frustrated to be in the middle, but it's what he's going to do, and we're going to be guest referee at No Way Out. Unfortunately, we could not get the budget or time to do a Triple H ref t-shirt model.
Triple H, I'm sure you realize Evolution is where you belong. HBK is only using you to get to the WWE Championship. If you make sure I win tonight, we can rule WWE together. I'm counting on you.
Now, Randy doing that tactic where you accuse your opponent of doing something that you yourself are doing. Let's see what Sean has to say.
Evolution is trying to buy your favor, Triple H. You're smarter than that. All I'm asking is that you be smart in the match and do the right thing. Call it down the middle. Of course, if you want to pedigree Randy just for fun, I can't stop you.
And we see the two differences. We see that the heel Orton is really trying to seduce.
Randy Orton and HBK want to play the game? Then it's game on. The match is in my hands. If I want to reform D-Generation X, I should make sure Sean wins. If I want to be part of Evolution again, Randy should win.
But I'm going to go a little different here, and I'm just going to call it down the middle, and we'll see who gets it. Oh.
This is a risky move.
Oh, I get to call. I get to count.
He's going for it all.
Get in.
2.
Nice.
A vicious stomp.
3. 4.
What impact from the knee? Triple H will have to take a side to it.
And you just know Triple H had the winner pick before the opening bell.
Looks like he's trying for a pin.
Hey. Stop that. I see what you're doing there, Randy. I'm not a big fan of the animation on that European uppercut. But hey, Randy Orton's not from Europe. He's from St. Louis. So maybe a St. Louis... Quit choking. Maybe a St. Louis uppercut is not as devastating. Got some good momentum. Oh!
And there's the cover.
Nope, that's a rope break, guys.
There's no way that was going to be a 3 count. And
Sean's still behind, though. He's hurting.
For Triple H. When his hand counts 3, there will be no way out of the game's decision. He has to make the count. Who will he choose? Their fate belongs to the game. The referee.
What do you say, Sean? You want to keep going? Uh-oh. Here comes the punt.
And the Orton boot connects.
And when you look at his
if he goes for the pin, all right. Quick 1, 2, 3.
Well,
that's it.
Like it or not.
And I'm not very happy about giving him that belt. Or title or championship.
From Triple H. Triple H just did his job, Ross. He officiated the match. It looks like Evolution may be back, folks. And Shawn Michaels cannot be happy with how it's went down.
But make no mistake, there's Batista and Orton and Triple H coming out to Evolution music.
Shawn Michaels, you made this about a choice. You wanted to be WWE champion, and it looks like you were not convincing enough. Evolution is back and in charge.
They're back.
John, I made the best decision for me. What I did at No Way Out was what I needed to do.
Not super heelish promo there by Triple H.
Orton, I expect this from. Batista's more muscles than brain.
I mean, really, aren't we all? Because muscle makes up a big part of our... Anyway.
Is this the picture you want everyone to see? You next to Randy Orton?
A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Well, I've got 2 words for you, Randy.
Comes in with the flying forearm. Now I noticed that a lot of Orton's dialogue seems a little stilted and a little janky. I think that's intentional because really the function of a heel is not to be cool. Like a good heel's supposed to get heat. It's supposed to get you to dislike them. And so if Randy Orton was saying lots of cool stuff, maybe he wouldn't represent the heel side that much. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw Sean out to kind of buy him some time.
I told you I did what was best for me. One day, you'll understand that.
But Triple H still a little bit unhappy about this whole situation. But again, Triple H is in it for himself. We all know that.
You mean by Shawn Michaels or Triple H? Because it was Shawn who started it tonight.
Nice group pose down there.
I know you said you didn't want any help tonight with HBK, and that's fine. Just know that I'll be nearby in case you need a hand, partner.
But damn it, King, I can't look at Triple H in the same way after the stunt he pulled last week.
Triple H was just doing what had to be done.
Now, why is Randy? I had this match pretty well in hand here, Randy. Oh, okay, you're gonna cover him.
The game doesn't seem too appreciative of Orton disrupting this match.
Triple H probably thinks he could have handled HBK by himself.
Uh-oh.
You don't turn your back on the showstopper. After all these years, you'd think Triple H would have remembered that.
A disqualification loss and some sweet chin music to the face. I'm sure that's not how the game pictured his night going.
We'll talk about it after.
Probably go get ready for our tag match tonight. And again, Triple H, I'm sorry about what happened last week. We'll pay Shawn back tonight. Guaranteed.
You know, I can guarantee victory for you at WrestleMania. What if we made it a triple threat? Adding me to the mix.
Why would we do that?
Randy, you wanted me back in Evolution so you could be protected. Now you are. At WrestleMania, I get to punish the showstopper, and you get the pin.
Thinking animations.
This is exactly why you recruited me, isn't it?
I'm not so sure about this.
Okay, that's fine. If you lose at WrestleMania, don't say I didn't offer.
Okay, Triple H. You've got a deal.
Thanks, partner. Randy's only looking out for himself and his championship. But he can't outthink the cerebral assassin. I'll get my triple threat match at WrestleMania. Now it's time to show Orton who's playing who. And show him how the game is played.
Again, Randy Orton kind of playing a buffoon here. He really feels like he's got Triple H well in hand and kind of has him over on his side. He doesn't realize that that he's playing checkers and Triple H is playing chess. Are you gonna throw him out the ring there, Sean?
Can he capitalize on?
All right, take me in.
He's tagged in.
I'll show you what it's all about. Yeah, let me warm up a little bit first. Hey, Cody, what's up? We're not friends anymore. Whew, all right, your turn, Randy. Thanks. Just need to get a little sweat going. Oh, well, look at that. All right, hey, not much. I was out there rearranging furniture and talking about my best friend again, and Oh, let me come in and help you. Let me come in and help you. Oh, suck it.
You shouldn't have turned on us, Triple H. Randy's livid, Flair's depressed, and it's been decided that I have to punish you. I'm the animal, and tonight, you're my prey.
Uh-oh. Do I have a lockpick? I have a lockpick. Okay.
He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
Boom. That move always reminds me of Mick Foley had Vader. I think Vader do that to him on the outside or on the ramp or something. Just called that spot, and it just crushed him. I mean, that's a painful move when a guy just brings all his weight down on you. Speaking of all the weight down on you. No! Oh man, that would have been perfect. Ah. See what I tell you. The muscly guy in the black gear won. What do you think of that, Tomoko?
Meh.
Well, some of us are impressed.
An animal like you deserves to run free, not to be under anyone's control.
What are you waiting for, Batista? Get him!
Love that angle right there.
He's right in front of you. Destroy him!
Randy, I suggest you spend some quality time with the WWE Championship, because you sure as hell aren't going to be leaving WrestleMania with it.
Once again, Triple H showing just how smart he is.
Why didn't he attack Triple H? It's a little thing called respect, Kingfish. A little thing called respect.
A well-played game from beginning to end. But I'm not gonna pretend to think the game is over yet. Tonight, may the best man win.
Would it be insult to injury to just target Orton? But really, he's the one who he's thought he's been scheming this whole time.
Look out! The game's knee connects, and he strikes the opponent.
And now I think our allegiance is breaking down here.
He hooks the head. He's working
Little
the
power
fundamentals
slam.
there. And there's the elbow.
All right, that's basically going to take out HBK. So if I can get Orton, well, Orton's already hurt. One, two, oh, he's up. Three, all right. Yes. Finally, the title comes home where it belongs. There we go. And the title belt, as people have mentioned, is kind of small in this game. Now, Sean's been known to double-cross people in the past too, but nah, he's super babyface here.
Wants in on the sportsmanship too? That's more than a little suspect.
All right, there you go. Yeah, just stop scheming, Randy. Just stop scheming.
With the cerebral assassin.
I would have liked for him to put the belt on Hunter. More times than not, that's what ends up happening. I'm not sure why it didn't happen there. And we unlock Ric Flair. I didn't know he was not unlockable. That's a big get. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Justin here. Just in to give you the final part of Triple H's Road to WrestleMania. This would be the DX side of the end there. You know, we did Evolution last time, and this time we did DX. Hello. And this is the Tomoko's time. So DX side is a lot of fun. Got some good stories to tell, and you will like it. They'll like it, right? Yeah, they'll like it. So here we go. Take it away, Justin. So I will be taking a much more active role in the refereeing of this match. Now, since I have a little time here, why don't I talk about the time I met Triple H? And I may have told this in a different one, but too bad. So I went and after I did all these games... Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Shawn Michaels, one of the best to ever set foot in the ring, is once again WWE champion.
Once again, like I said.
JR. It sure seemed to me like he had the ref in his pocket.
The WWE board made Triple H referee. I doubt HBK had anything to do with it.
It's fun to watch the lip syncing that the animators do on non-dialogue spots like this, like Orton outside just yelling, talking about how he should be the champion.
I think everyone in this arena knows what that gesture means.
If that's true, then the WWE is in for a wild ride.
And those guys are doing a good job acting as their counterparts. But then I probably have somebody to go and get my mail for me.
As you may have heard, there's a new WWE
Now you can tell they've changed their attire.
But what you may not know is that the band is back together. D-Generation X.
But where is the belt? Championship title thing. Here's kind of the coming out cutscene for this team.
D-Generation X.
Those are cool trunks.
The best? Better than the Four Horsemen? Better. Better than the Nation of Domination? Believe it, brother. How about Extreme Expose? You got me there. Kelly is a better dancer than you are, Sean.
Boy, that joke aged real well, didn't it? Oops. Okay, now, I'm going to crank the audio when this happens, but you have to listen to Ric Flair when he pulls Shawn out. Now, that woo attack was part of our voiceover recording with Ric Flair. So what we did, and this is going to be just a kind of a beatdown where we're stuck in the ring, I believe. And then Shawn and Flair on the outside, so it's a 2-on-1 schmoz. But in the voiceover booth, now as I've said before, Ric Flair is not very video game savvy, so whenever we have people in the VO booth, we try and get efforts for them. Efforts are like, hoo, ha, those kind of noises. So they asked Rick to make some noises as if he's being attacked. So Rick gets it, he's like, okay, brother, yeah, sure. And they're recording, and he goes, woo! And they're like, no, how about you do it as if you're attacking somebody? So he went, woo, attack! Which is pretty much the funniest thing I ever heard. I agree about why, what you have to do. So here's a crazy DX-esque cutscene here.
You know what I think, HBK? Orton and Evolution are green with envy.
No way. Admit it, Hunter. I'm faster, stronger, and smarter than you've ever been.
Well, did you see this coming?
Nice. Nice.
You're right. They are green with envy.
Watch Batista in the back. Trying to pull himself up on the ropes. Keep an eye on him. Bloop, boom. I know about other people's interactions with Triple H, both from a business and a personal standpoint. He treated me with respect. We had a really good chat, and I really appreciate him taking time out of his day to kind of fill time while his wife was emptying her schedule so she could meet me. Amanda, this year, of course, most people will know is the year that THQ revamped the tag team mechanics. And it really shows, man. Oh, nice. All right, I'll run an interference. I love it when a plan comes together. And nice, some good animations there. Now, this is not a cutscene for me. This is... Look at Sean going nuts. That is a DX-specific win animation.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home, and for Randy Orton, let's get ready to suck it!
Here's a behind-the-scenes thing. I'm pretty sure that I said originally in my dialogue, and for Randy Orton, who drinks his own pee. And I'm pretty sure WWE cut that out, which was a Billy Madison reference, of course.
I will become the #1 contender.
Triple H?
That means my destiny to once again become the WWE champion will be one step closer.
Hey, Triple H.
Hold on, Sean. That means at WrestleMania, I will take on the champ and shove his head so far up his...
Triple H!
What is it?
I'm the WWE champion.
Oh. That's right.
May the best man win, okay?
That's cool with me.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it! So let's pedigree him a couple times.
Either way, things have royally backfired for Orton. He's not only lost his belt, but if he wants it back, he's got to beat the game tonight.
Oh, he said... King actually said belt there. I like that they were talking... Well, of course I like it because I wrote it, but I like that they were talking about how the only reason why Randy was trying to recruit Triple H was to keep him from becoming WWE champion, to kind of get rid of one of his biggest rivals. This is a fun scene to write as well.
I'd like to introduce the challenger, the Shawn Michaels WWE Championship at WrestleMania, Triple H.
Golf clap, golf clap.
Thank you. I want to say I'm really looking forward to facing the Heartbreak Kid on the grandest stage of them all. WrestleMania is the only place where the two of us have not done battle.
I hope that's true.
Are there any questions?
At least as of this game.
This is for the game. Do you think DX can survive this match?
That's a good question.
Oh, he's so proud of himself.
Yes. It seems no matter how much we beat each other up, we can't get rid of each other. Speaking of my partner, here he is, WWE Champion Shawn Michaels.
Another golf clap. Yep, it's you, Shawn.
So, if I blooded you and make you submit, we'll still be friends? Wow, that's a real friend, folks. Now I'm happy to be here as your champion, and I'll be happy to leave WrestleMania as the WWE champion. Now I'll take questions. No questions? Anyone? Bueller?
I guess they both take turns being kind of idiots.
Question?
Not really. Now, if either one of us was facing Randy Orton at WrestleMania,
We got to bring it back to Orton.
how long would the match last?
32 seconds. Thankfully, for all these people, it's Triple H versus HBK.
A WrestleMania moment in the making.
Make fun of me all you want, but Evolution is going to put both of you through a table and prove DX is overrated.
Because we cannot have a press conference without... You can't have a table in the ring without somebody going through the table, right? Now we gotta... Come on.
Wearing down his opponent.
Come on. No, not diagonal. Come on. Now go diagonal. Nope. Don't go straight. Ah. No. You go. Oh, how did he go through that? Trying to kick him out of it. Trying to stop that gorilla press. When I was in Canada, I wrestled a dude, a legit 7-foot giant guy. All right, here we go. and he gorilla press slammed me, and I don't care how good you are bumping, taking a bump from a 7-foot guy gorilla press slamming you is not easy. That's a long way down. Bam! Speaking of long way down, adrenaline's a hell of a drug. Okay, hey, way to set him up right there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yep. And pedigree. HBK versus Triple H. And again, the DX locker room is pretty fun. I don't know about you guys, but I struggle to military press about 120 pounds, much less however much Sean weighs. Alright. Oh, a counter on the pedigree.
There's no DX jokes tonight. There's no evolution interference. By God, this is WrestleMania. This is for the WWE.
That's another move that you don't really see very often. That kind of high crotch, high angle suplex.
Triple H rocks his opponent with the knee.
What do we got? We got that funky neck breaker. Go for a pin, see what happens.
He's a 3 count away from a pin.
1, 2, 3. All right, maybe not the most epic finish to this storyline, but and there's a good view of a tired but victorious Triple H getting his own music as opposed to DX music, because things might be volatile between these two right now. Sean's got the belt, which is, yeah, the belt looks a little small.
Michael sure looks like he got attached to the WWE Championship.
That's a lot of trust being shown on the King's part. Think about what you're doing, Sean. It's not worth it.
I remember that was really hard to fit all those dialogue lines into that little space.
Thank God. HBK exhibits.
But of course, Sean's been the ultimate babyface. He's not gonna turn on me at the end here. Especially when we gotta do pa-chow. Crowd yelling, suck it. Cool drone-esque angle there. Look at, we got the DX attire, of course, as cool as it is. So that's fun. You know, Japanese video games love to have confirmation screens. And we love the WWE produced highlight videos. So here we go. You can see that Rey and Batista, while being much better known as singles wrestlers, definitely did team together in WWE and actually captured some gold, the unlikely combo that they are. But yeah, and here's some power bombs and some power moves from Batista, who man, who would have thought he would have had such a good Hollywood career, you know? But really, he's great in all the stuff that he's in. And let's see how we do with transitioning. There we go. We go into the cutscene from the live action relatively seamlessly. And let's see what these two guys have to say.
And a few bombs always help to level the terrain.
But if you want to reach the real heights, you may need some help along the way.
And maybe not.
Sowing the seeds of discontent before we've even started week number 1. We're playing as Batista, so let's destroy the Miz. But I have been gorilla press slammed on several occasions. Oh, look at that! That looked like a an abyss black hole slam right there. Signature spear. Oh, let's pin him right here. It's funny how Miz looks like he's about 12 years old there. Alright, Ray beat the other half of Miz and Morrison there.
Here comes Morrison's partner.
And not a very good run-in by Miz.
Ray can't keep an eye on both superstars. The only thing he's watching now is
Little unnecessary there, Morrison. Come on, man.
It's the animal.
Yeah, Dave evening the odds. Here's a funny little spot. Boop. Nice little face bump there by the mocap guy. However, Morrison, whoever's playing Morrison, is maybe a little bit too animated. And once again, I think it might be Mikey Mondo, who I love and have a lot of respect for, but in these cutscenes, maybe he's a little bit too... And I don't know if it was him or not. I really don't. This might have been the OVW guys that they sent to me, or Deep South guys that they sent to me, but they're calling up for the 619. We're seeing a motion captured 619 right there. And it takes Morrison all the way over, and he decides to go over the bottom rope, which is funny. I wonder if that's the kind of a signature move of whoever that guy is. But I think because this stuff happened late, I think we threw that in with some of the gameplay motion capture. So I think that was Brian Williams' team with each other, though looking completely different.
Mysterio and Batista, one of the greatest tag teams in SmackDown history, reformed. But they can't afford to look past their opponents, the talented Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, in this match.
He plays quite a big role in this storyline later on. Ah, nice job by the AI there.
Just last week, Ryder and Hawkins have enough in the tank.
The WWE superstars are all superb athletes, but
oh, and they're okay, going for the finisher right there. Let's make sure that he gets the pin off this.
there it is, a huge 619.
Why isn't he going for the pin?
He's going
there he
for
goes.
the pin. This could be it. 2, 3.
You're not getting out. All right, look at this, a big marquee matchup here. Maybe I'll have to switch to Ray next time. All right, now take your time getting up, Ray. That's fine. I'm just holding a dead man. Nice headbutt. Alright, now I'll awkwardly go back to my corner. Hey, Nick Patrick, you hanging out again? Get out the way. Move, Nick. Get out the way. Oh, a jumping spear from... Whoa, okay. Yep. Oh, and look at Ray again helping me out. Ray's AI is really helpful here when he's the... Alright, so the finisher is just a dumping... spine buster to keep him. Yeah. Better keep Kane from getting over there.
There it is. A huge 619. What a
nice leg drop to the outside. 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. And switch over to Mysterio here. But we'll take in Batista for a bit. That was kind of... Oh, with the kip up. That was very Hardy Boys-esque. Give it to me. Let me 619 this fool. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Rana. AI Batista kind of almost got in the way there. Almost gave me the pounce. 1, 2, 3. All right. And we got the championship. Kind of understated about the tag championship. Alright, we got Ray in a kind of sky blue alternate gear. Hi Maria, you're cute and not in that model.
Choose a ball to get your place in the Royal Rumble match.
27. Those are pretty good odds right there.
She's so happy.
29. I'll definitely be seeing you in the ring.
Just remember, whatever happens in there, we're still a team. Got that?
No doubt. No doubt.
Much on the line in this match.
Alright, we're joining the Royal Rumble match, assuming that Batista just came in. Oh, that was very fast for Triple H to get it removed. And I'm not sure what I was doing there, but I stumped. Okay, I'm not making any sense in my offense here. Oh, and that was quick. Jericho's gone. Alright, we're going one-on-one. Alright. Oh, him with a counter. Whoa. Get up, get up, get up. I like how the blue matches the blue in my gloves, but I better get in. Okay, I think I'm pretty safe here. Now let's see if I can do that to him. Oh no, he reverses. This does not bode well for me. Oh, thankfully the AI is crap in the bed. Alright. Oh, that's strange. Oh. Alright, and he literally disappeared there. Wow.
Besting 29 other WWE superstars is no small feat, Michael Cole.
Ray Ray. Oh, well, he didn't disappear that time. He has reappeared, thank goodness.
Yeah, if they can remain cohesive as Ray seeks singles glory, that is.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me yet again. I am Justin Leeper, and this is...
Tamaka Leeper.
And we are Team Leeper, here to introduce part 2 of the tag team storyline here in Road to WrestleMania for SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. I, of course, am the writer, designer, director of SmackDown 2009's Road to WrestleMania, as well as 2010 and 2011. And this is my lovely wife, Tomoko, who is here to be pretty and cute and funny and, yes, adorable and awesome. And we thank you for joining us. So it's the least we can do to give them another shot. So I'll just hit him with some stairs. Oh, but I guess that leads to a disqualification. Okay, well, now you'll get to see all these nice rematch screens that I came up with. And I did shoulder day today because I want shoulders like Batista. He's the guy with the belly button tattoo.
I want to show my belly button and belly button ring.
Yeah, you can show them all you want. The camera's not on.
Yeah.
Now, Morrison just got back to WWE. He was Impact World Champion. He won that title from our good friend Austin Aries. Oh, here we go. So going for the pin. There we go.
There's the cover.
1, 2, 3. Yep.
With every victory, these two may be more destined for a collision course with one another.
So we got a little mini SmackDown versus Raw here with a tag match, 6-man tag. Now we got a promo from Edge, who's actually made his comeback very, very recently.
As World Heavyweight Champion, I have nothing to prove to any of you. I am the pinnacle of WWE, and everyone knows it.
We do know it.
Sitting atop the mountain.
Nice ass.
I've seen 2 other superstars doing pretty well.
He's the rated R superstar.
Batista and Rey Mysterio. You've captured tag team gold. Then there was the Royal Rumble match victory. To you both, I say, nice going.
Another golf clap. Love directing the golf clap.
I know I'm taking one of you out at WrestleMania, but I think the other deserves a shot, too, at No Way Out. All I ask is for a little consideration from the 2 of you.
That's Edge being very generous for some reason.
Forgive me for being a little hesitant there, Edge. But you haven't exactly earned our trust. What is it you want?
Not much. We'll start with you both joining me in tonight's SmackDown vs. Raw 6-man tag match. After that, let's just say you own me.
I wouldn't trust Edge further than I can throw it.
Well, Batista
Nice ass.
So your little analogy won't fly here. Besides,
Batista can throw him pretty far. I like that line. So this is a big 6-man tag. We've got Triple H, Cena, and HBK against Batista, Mysterio, and Edge. I mean, that would be a main event in any arena in the country, in the world even. So yeah, with this match, I tried to give a little bit of the namesake of this game of SmackDown versus Raw, but I still tried to make it fun, playing off the co-op aspect of you could be Batista, you could be Mysterio, you could be both if you had 2 people. And, well, it's not necessarily drop in and out, which wasn't really a thing back in 2008, I don't think. What's that? Triple H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Triple hentai.
He might be, I don't know. Those are the Raw guys, the Nama guys. Nama means Raw in Japanese. Oh, that's a good double team move. Gorilla press into the knee drop? What's Edge doing? He's the legal man, and he's just walking outside. So, I wanted the AI for Edge to be kind of a punk, kind of a jerk, not very helpful. Luckily, the controller's not plugged in. Oh, big spear there. I don't even think that was his finisher spear. Okay, yeah, hit a finisher. Let's get this going. All right, he's doing. Was that called the execution? That funky. Yeah. Cena's bleeding.
I think he's bleeding from that last shot.
Okay, he's pulling him to the middle. All right, HBK's down. Ray, you got to stop him. Ray, you got to stop him. Come on, Ray. Okay, he's going for another finisher. Maybe this will work this time. Yeah. Yeah, watch out for Triple H over there. I'm trying to get out. Okay. There we go. Are you pinning him? What's going on? One. One. Go. Where are you going? All right, well. What are we going to do? And then Cena DDTs me. Great. I came all this way to try and get the win. Look, he's going to get the... Nope, not yet. All right.
No telling what impact that might have had on the neck and spine.
Boom, get these guys out of the way. Is he pinnable now?
There's the cover.
1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, thank you.
Choco's still here.
Yeah. I don't know why Tomoko's hanging around this long, but I'm happy to have her. And look how happy Edge is and how indifferent Batista is. Uh-oh. He's setting it up. Ooh.
What an uncalled for spear by Edge.
And he's really right there. Edge just speared the guy who's going to be his opponent at No Way Out. So that kind of makes sense. And it seems like Edge was trying to keep himself fresh. Maybe that's what he was doing. Big Daddy V. All right, let's stand there and wait for the spear. Boom, there's one spear. Oh, what's this going on? A little bit of a boom, kind of a torture racky kind of maneuver.
Look at the confidence. He's letting
Thumbs
his
up,
opponent know
thumbs
what's
down.
up.
Oh, I don't know what move that is. That looks a little bit like Finlay's finishing moves.
This is it.
And I'll just look at this, picking up this big guy. Again, this power bomb, that's what I used to do, get done to me every night. Twice on Saturdays, twice on Sundays when I was doing that play.
Can he do it?
Look at that, he's barely got any momentum.
No fear on the face of this superstar.
Tag Edge.
Tagged in his partner.
All right, and I got one signature left. Boom, there it is. Okay. Pin it, count it, Nick. 1, 2, 3. All right. There he's sitting in a chair. Try not to puke. And we unlocked Ryder and Hawkins. Show that I'm now going to be Mysterio for this pay-per-view match.
This weekend's pay-per-view No Way Out is a big night for WWE. I want to make sure you're ready, Batista, so I'm giving you a tune-up before your championship match against
tune-up, huh?
Edge. The Rated R superstar even picked your opponent. You'll be facing Rey Mysterio. I wasn't so sure about it, but he said it'd be fine. Something about you owing him? You both better get ready.
For sure.
And there's the Hurricane.
All right, so I'm Mysterio against Batista, and I've really got to stay on my toes and keep him from getting some momentum here. Bye, love.
I go pee. Bye. Have a nice time.
He's looking to put his opponent away right here.
But you got to remember that kind of all these moves have to be done by anybody of any size to anybody of any size. So, of course, Ray is the smallest male superstar.
Right here. 2, 3.
This is WWE, Michael. You've got to be prepared to compete against anyone at any time.
Edge said Batista and Mysterio would owe him a few weeks ago. Now we know what he had in mind. This should lead to a dramatic main event at No Way Out.
Well, it's about to get even more exciting. We've received word that it's now going to be a no disqualification match.
Tonight is all about you getting your hands on Edge. All right, dog?
Yeah, and it's also about me getting my hands on the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm gonna beat Edge within an inch of his miserable life, then take his precious title.
I'm not down with that no disqualification stipulation. You know Edge has to have something planned.
I hope he brings everything he's got. Keep in mind, brother, no disqualification means you can feel free to come to the ring for a closer look. You've got my blessing. Now it's time to get unleashed.
Yeah, break that fourth wall.
Que sepas que te deseo suerte.
So in the script there I had, yeah, say something in Spanish. It appears that I, as Rey Mysterio, can choose to come to the ring at any time. A lot of encouragement. Alright, so Edge is in control now, so I'll hop in there for a second. Do the little strike series. Oh, I want to be Sledgehammer. Oof. I almost feel sorry. Edge maybe wasn't heelish enough to deserve me pummeling him with foreign objects. He hasn't even called for any backup yet. Oof. And Batista and Rey came out. They were... Oh, there, maybe got it. I'll go in to celebrate with him.
Once again, the World Heavyweight Champion. Unbelievable. I wonder if he'll be able to sleep tonight. The way he abused the no disqualification stipulation.
Come on, Coach. You know that wasn't the animals.
Well, there we go. So now one half of our team is World Heavyweight Champion, and we're both Tag Team Champions, so we have a lot of gold between us.
No Way Out was a big night for me. A big night for SmackDown. And I'm very happy to once again be your World Heavyweight Champion.
That sounded like me going boo-hoo. It very well could have been.
Rey Mysterio, who's had my back for a while now.
Yeah, so this promo's kind of simple, just to remind us that they're buddies and that they're going to face each other at WrestleMania.
I have your back, Batista. We're partners. Somos hermanos. But remember, at WrestleMania, we go head-to-head for that title of yours.
There's nobody I'd rather defend it against, my friend.
Because, of course, we have to give player Rey something to do in Rey-tista. Edge gets his rematch. Hopefully you guys will tune in for 2010 because I have even more control because I'll be doing the directing on all the cutscenes, whereas here I was just kind of there as a THQ representation. And jackhammer. When's the last time Batista did a jackhammer? When's the last time a title match was done before like 3 minutes? Well, okay. Kofi Kingston, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, triple threat match. Oof. Edge and Big Daddy V. And Rey Mysterio kind of a man alone on an island. And I'm a helpful merman who can only assist him from the ocean, it would seem like. And already he's being mounted by Big Daddy V. Now, I trained in MMA a little bit at Hayastan MMA in North Hollywood, which was run by Judo Jean LaBelle and Gokor Chivichian, both legends in that industry. And, oh, I didn't mean to get in there. Hi, guys. Never mind. Good thing it wasn't a DQ. All these matches where one guy's kind of passive and the other one is active, meaning one guy being Rey or Batista, I try and make it so that you, as the passive person, in this case Batista, if you're controlling Batista, you can screw over Rey if you want. Or you can help Rey. You can help your friend, your fellow human competitor. Oh, look, Edge is coming out to join me. That's nice. Although Big Daddy V's got a finisher. Uh-oh. I don't even know what his finisher is here, but it's probably going to pancake. Alright, a big elbow, sure. Boom. Oh, he's going for the pin. I gotta get in. Alright, well, I'm at least allowed to break up the pin.
He's going in for the kill.
Oh, finisher. Okay, let's see if I can... I don't want to beat up Edge, I just want to get him out. No, I want to get him... Sorry, Nick.
Drop the dime. 619.
Hyper Irish whip.
He's going for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Whew. So let's make sure each of our opponents eats a finisher tonight. Alright, I'm switching over to Mysterio here. One of those things is not like the other. One of them's a third wheel, and I'm talking about like the old-timey bikes with the giant wheel. Ooh, the arms on that woman in the front row not looking that great. That's the thing, when you make 3D models, that's why you see... Do you guys know what the T-pose is when the model's arms are out straight? That's because if you design them to look really good with their arms down, their arms are going to look really weird, and there's going to be kind of like warping or wrapping around when they move their arms up at all. All right. Come on, Batista.
That'll rattle your organs.
There we go. Hot tag. All right, first time. House of Fire. Circle. Yeah. And you over there, you're getting squared. Now I got a finisher. Cool. All right, I'll use it. Right through Miz's body. That's fine. Tim had the idea. Let's do some top rope Ranas. Let's do that as one of our little video clips. I was like, all right, I've never really done it. Tim's bigger than me, so I was going to be the one to do the Rana. So we get up there, and so I get up on his shoulders. I arch back. He tries to bump over me, and I land on my head. And we did it 3 times, and every time I landed on my head. And I don't know if he bumped slow, if I was doing something wrong or what, but you land on your head, especially from a height like that, from maybe, you know, I mean, I'm sitting on his shoulders while he's sitting on the top rope, so that's a good 6 feet. It's not fun to land on your head. Hot tag from them. House of Fire from Miz. Hits me with a flying forearm. Somehow I was in the corner there. And a weird neck break. Okay, what's going on with the camera? And springboard splash. Look at Batista's in the way there. 1, 2, 3. All right. Phew.
I trust you've been enjoying the team-building exercises these last few weeks. Well, there's one more to come. With you both focused on your World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania, perhaps the WWE Tag Team Championships are becoming a bit of a burden for you.
No, they're not a burden.
So tonight, you'll defend your titles against Kane and
they're not a burden.
Undertaker in a Tornado Tag Team Tables match. Now be careful. I wouldn't want either of our WrestleMania main event superstars getting hurt just days before the show.
What a set.
It's some beautiful chaos.
Reverse. Can he take advantage?
Especially when you kick the ref in the face. Yeah, I like that so much, I'll do it to you too. Come here, Batista, let me kick you in the face as well. Just kidding. Oh, Kane is set up. Alright, let's see. There we go. Here it comes. Bulldog. Pacha! Right through the table. Yep, we got it. Alright.
The fates determined Rey Mysterio and Batista would reunite as a team and eventually regain the WWE Tag Team titles. After one earned a title match by winning the Royal Rumble,
oh yeah,
Edge tried to drive a wedge between the two.
Edge trying to drive a wedge. And there's that shower picture again. Doesn't he look like he just is in the shower just...
Stephanie McMahon herself proved near impossible odds
there's Stephanie.
but they survived, and tonight they face their toughest challenge yet.
Showing a very revealing open
for the World Heavyweight
dress.
Championship.
Nice nails though.
¿Qué onda? Are you ready for this?
You know it, partner. I mean, it's WrestleMania. World title match. This is every superstar's dream.
Yeah, it's my dream too. You know I'm gonna bring everything I got.
Cool elbow pads with the logo.
And you know this animal's gonna come unleashed.
May the best man win, Batista.
Best man win, Ray.
See you in the ring.
This little love fest you two have been on makes me want to puke. I don't care which one of you takes the belt home tonight. As far as I'm concerned, you're just keeping it warm until I take back what's rightfully mine.
Now that's cute, seeing as how Batista crushed you in about 2 minutes. Oh, Miz wants to talk some smack as well.
A WrestleMania without a WWE Tag Team Championship match is just plain ludicrous.
Alright, I agree with
Morris
that.
and I aren't done with you two yet. We want those titles back so we can bring the A-list back to the tag team division. Watch your backs.
Gotta go with Mysterio, guys. Plugged into the USB. Ouch! That did not look fun. Back when I was training MMA with Hayastan, they had a guy stand there, about a 6 foot tall guy, and Sensei Gokor was like, does anybody want to try jump over him? And I was like, yeah, I'll try. So I got a running start, jumped, and pretty much landed right on my butt just like he did. And Gokor was like, don't do that again, my friend. And I was like, it's okay, I was a pro wrestler. He's like, yes, but that I know that hurt. Don't do that again. I feel like Mysterio is just so quick that it's hard for Batista's AI to do much, but then right there he just knocked me over like a brick wall. He's even yellower, oranger. Now let's see if this will do it. No, that was pretty close though. Maybe they didn't do the kind of final boss AI here because it's a co-op story. Boom. Alright, here we go. Down and up. Cha! Is that it? 1, 2, 3. It is. Alright, wow. And it's a time for celebration. The final celebration of 2009. Look how happy Ray is. Look how sad Keanu Batista is.
You were the better man tonight. Good job.
It could have gone either way, Carnal. You got nothing to be ashamed of.
That's true. But tonight is your night. All this is for you. Be sure to savor this moment, because this is what it's all about.
So you see that the audio kind of crunched in on them and they were kind of whispering.
Batista?
Because this is a moment that they're sharing together in this close little bubble before we whoosh back out into the world. Alright, I unlocked Vince McMahon.
Thanks for watching, and please like this video, and please subscribe, and have a lovely day.